What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode number 32 to Two Nobodies with the Mic. Thank you guys all for showing up. Thank you for our viewers, everyone joining in. Let's do our introductions. To my right, I have my main man, Rafa.
What's up?
Welcome back, playa.
Thank you.
We I don't know if you noticed last week, but we said that TitanNutrition.net created a miracle when Jay was sitting in your spot right there.
Rafa's back, and he just had one bad
See, this
meal.
is what happens when you don't take TitanNutrition.net for a full week.
When you stop.
Yes,
when you stop.
Yes, do not do that. Thank you, TitanNutrition.net. But Rafa, back from Miami. How was it, Papa?
Amazing. Smoking, drinking.
Yes, listening to great music.
Oh,
good
all day.
Food.
Great food.
Carbone twice, right?
Carbone twice.
Yes,
Great cigars.
yes.
We're smoking some here.
Well, welcome back. We have our social media manager,
What's up, guys?
Jay Bird, just slaying the memes. Thanks, Jay. And then we have
Getting
our
on fire.
yes, our producer extraordinaire, Eddie Money's in the house. How you doing, Eddie Money?
Doing great.
And special guest in from college. We got our man Big John. What's up, Big John?
All the way from Iowa.
All the way from Iowa. If you guys don't know, John is the owner of BTA, Bout That Action Sports.
That Action.
And speaking about Bout That Action, we're gonna he's sponsoring a segment this today, so we're gonna give some more info about That Action.
Check out the new gear. He brought us a couple shirts.
Yes, brought us some fire gear about That Action. But we are the gambling show of record. Speaking about That Action. And listen, we're not afraid to talk about gambling. We love talking about gambling. But we always like to say, Rafa,
Don't be a loser.
don't be a loser. And what we mean is just gamble responsibly, right? Right now is a prime basketball, baseball, we're watching hockey playoffs. Great game right now.
Go Florida, huh? Let's go.
Yes, Florida, Carolina. But that's our introductions. Thank you to our sponsors, TitanNutrition.net, Julio's Pizza. We did a great post with Julio's last week.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully, our man Keith
Lee, I believe.
Keith Lee.
Hopefully he sees that and that message gets to him. CustomCars.com, Bout That Action today. But it's episode 32. And if you know what we like to do, we are an interactive show. So please comment, live YouTube, Instagram. You have questions. You guys want to talk shit, which you guys always do. Listen, we going to talk some shit today.
There's plenty of shit talk. Okay, you do it.
We're going to talk some shit today.
Oh, all right.
Talk some shit today. But it's episode 32. And if you know the deal, we like to go over famous athletes and their numbers. And it just happens to be 32, which I hold near and dear to my heart. There's not a lot of 32s. But, man, there's some good ones.
There's some great ones. O.J. Simpson, baby.
O.J. Simpson.
O.J.
Man.
The juice, man?
Yeah, the
juice.
juice is loose. Still loose, by the way.
Yes.
He shook that shit. Shook it, baby. Juice.
Listen,
Lethal.
O.J. is near and dear to my heart. If you guys don't know,
Yeah.
my dad wanted to name me Orenthal James Santiago.
Wow.
Imagine how your life would have turned out.
O.J. Santiago.
Your name would have been O.J. Santiago.
There ended up being a tight end that played in the NFL, and his name was O.J. Santiago.
Really?
He played for the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, man.
I don't know if it was Orenthal James or not, but anyways, my mom vetoed that. She says, you're not naming our son Orenthal. So it's Edward. So Edward James, that's how I got my name. After O.J., my dad was big SC fan.
Oh, I
Big
imagine.
SC fan.
I can imagine.
So I'm going to go.
Surprised he didn't name you Marcus.
That's a great
Well,
intro.
no, you were born before that. So.
No, so Marcus, I was going to name my first son Marcus.
Uh-oh.
Jacob's name was almost Marcus, which leads me to my 32. Just to me, just one of the best overall running backs in the history of the NFL, and sat for almost 3 years on the bench and still has crazy numbers. And that is Marcus Allen from Helix High in San Diego. But that is my man. And that Marcus, in my wheelhouse, I was probably 7 or 8 when he did his thing at SC. And then what did he do? He went right into the Raiders, and that's how I became a Raider fan.
Really?
That's how
that's where you started going
that's
down.
when it's like
Downhill.
But that's my 32. Long story. Marcus Allen.
I'll go the mailman, Karl Malone.
There's a lot of good 32s, man.
Yeah.
There is. Go ahead, Eddie.
You named the worst one.
Per use.
I'll give you some from YouTube. Inspur says Sandy Koufax and Franco Harris.
Great ones. Good call.
But I'll go Jack Tatum, another Raider.
Wow, guys, I can't believe we're not going to say it. It's Magic Johnson. Tragic Magic Johnson.
Tragic. Well, saving it for you.
Tragic Magic Johnson.
Magic Johnson. Actually, he was the first dude on my list. But yeah, I mean, Magic, Marcus, OJ, Koufax, Franco. R.I.P. Franco. Franco died this year, right?
Jim Brown.
There you go.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Jim Brown.
And what about you, Big John? You have any famous 32s?
Not any great ones like you guys.
Oh, man.
So we got a show. We had a little visitor. We're setting up the podcast today.
Real quick before we cut this. Steve Carlton, by the way, okay?
Steve Carlton.
Kevin McHale.
Kevin McHale. Wow. We can't leave out these names real quick.
Yeah.
There's
Dr. J.
Dr. J.
Dang.
Bill Walton. Bill Walton.
Shaq on the Suns.
Shaq on Orlando.
Shaq on Orlando.
Shaq on the Suns.
Shaq on the Suns. You're 100% right. The big cactus, baby.
Oh, man.
Dude, Shaq.
I want to say Barkley might have worn 32 to start his career in Philly.
Wow.
Just start it. And then he went to 34. But I'm not sure. We can check that.
Dude, it's just, it's a crazy.
A lot of numbers there, though.
A lot of greats, right?
Yes. A shit ton.
A lot of greats. I wonder who kicked that off. Like, who was the very first, who inspired that whole 32 movement?
OJ, baby. It's actually Jim Brown, but.
Yeah, good call.
Charles Barkley did wear 32.
Nice,
there you go.
Nice. But we were setting up for the show today, and I had noticed a bunch of sticks and leaves that I don't have a tree in my backyard, and I'm like, what's going on? We're setting up, and we have a beautiful dove just perched like 6 feet away, right above Big John. He's so we have another guest for the show. He's just sitting in.
What's your 32?
Yeah, what's your 32, Mr.
I think
Dove?
Rafa's blinding it with the smoke. Giving it lung cancer
Killing the
right now.
kids.
Giving it lung cancer.
Shanae says Edgerrin James.
Look at that. The U.
That's a great 32.
That's a
Sinead
good
Bird.
32.
Dude, he was an OG. OG with the Colts. So that
First NFL player to wear gold teeth. No, but it's fucking believable, isn't it? Sounds believable.
I believed it.
I would totally, you know what? I would have bet on it.
Yeah.
Oh, jumping over IKEA himself, Blake Griffin.
Blake
Griffin.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
There's a lot.
There's a lot. Rafa, I know.
He's in the new White Man Can't Jump movie, by the way.
Oh, God.
It's hilarious. By the way, that movie's hilarious.
I liked it. I'll be honest with you.
You saw it?
I saw
Really?
it. I saw it.
It's pretty good.
It was
I liked
good?
it. I liked
What,
it, man.
what made you want to watch it?
The previews actually
The previews
were
are
funny.
pretty good.
You know what? Jack Harlow's character was actually pretty good.
It doesn't seem forced. It seems pretty natural. Like
It seems like he's a dude, like a funny.
do in real life.
Like that.
Yeah.
He's a funny dude.
So-
What's like the...
Is it a total remake?
No,
or
no,
is it
no,
like
no,
a
no, no.
second version of
No,
it?
because you gotta. I mean, they both kind of. You gotta remember Woody's character was kind of scumbaggy.
Yeah.
This one is also kind of scumbaggy, except he's still chasing his dream of becoming an NBA player.
Oh, okay.
So he's like-
Are they still hustlers, though?
oh yeah,
They're but not the same way.
Oh, okay.
Like not even close to the same way. Like one dude's hustling to pay rent.
Yeah.
Woody was just hustling
Because he had a problem. Because he had a problem.
Yes.
So who plays? I mean, because
Jack Harlow plays Woody.
Yeah.
Obviously, because he's the white dude.
Who plays Rosie Perez is what I'm asking.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
they have she's not a big a character as Rosie was.
Oh, dude, that was.
It's not. Rosie was a huge character in that.
Yeah.
Yes.
No,
Yeah,
it's
the whole
not.
movie is basically just focused on them too.
On them too. Yeah, the women come in and play very small.
So it was solid?
It was a solid film.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's worth the watch.
Okay.
It's worth a watch. By the way, also if you guys want to watch Mothers, The Mother or something like that.
with J-Lo?
J-Lo, definite watch. 100%.
Really dope.
100%.
Is it a type of watch like...
It's a good movie.
Turn your phone sideways type of watch.
No.
Okay.
J-Lo's like 15,
You can
bro.
tell, dude. You can tell Rafa's been on a plane for like 15 hours.
Yes.
Because he's like, oh, I just watched this movie and that movie.
I just watched that and that was it. But not on the plane. I watched it when I got back.
Okay.
Fred said there's no one's topping Wesley Snipes.
Wesley,
Yeah.
dude.
No. It's a different type of movie. This is a little bit more. The Jack Harlow's it's just this funny shit that
So-
he says. It's just funny.
The matchup, the jokes they say are pretty funny.
Can Jack Harlow ball a little bit?
I don't think that's him.
So
Oh
There's-
God, is that body doubles for their basketball?
No, but you never see him fully pull it up.
Yeah.
Like you see him and he's like that. This is not him.
A lot of cuts.
This
Okay.
might be him. He might be this.
Yeah, he's not.
He's not this.
Okay.
Yeah, the other dude might have been a baller.
Yeah.
A little bit, but not as good as, not even close. They played 2-on-2.
yeah.
They probably got to spot him 12 to 13.
Oof.
That's how bad I think they were.
Yeesh.
well, that's our little.
Have you seen the original one?
Not in a long time.
Oh, you got to watch the original.
Yeah, the original one's
man.
OG. So now I got to watch the new one. I've heard mixed reviews on it.
It's just a little comedic.
Rip Hamilton.
Oh, the rip.
with face mask or no face mask.
They were both good.
Yeah, they were.
They were both good, right?
Yeah, he was sneaky good, man. Rip was badass. So that is our famous 32s. Thank you guys actually for chiming in. We love that. If you guys want to chime in anytime, man. We are the show of the people.
I'm glad we didn't get one of those weird Lakers because it was 32. So you couldn't because it was retired.
Yeah.
Because if not, we'd get some Banga
Yeah.
or Sasha Pavlovich
Yes.
Yep, you would.
and Vujicic.
I took it easy this time.
Well, you couldn't with the Lakers. You were screwed.
I don't know. He could have hit you with a Bill Bridges 32.
Oh my God!
man.
Before Magic,
Well,
Jesus.
Jay's always good for a weird,
a Kareem Rush and
yeah.
Devin
Yeah, man.
George,
weird 32.
Hidden gems.
hidden Laker gems.
That is our famous 32s, everybody. Thank you for chiming in. We're going to roll right into You're Fired, one of our favorite segments. And if you want to fire someone, let us know who you want to fire. But this is a special segment because it's brought to you by Bout That Action, official Bout That Action. Our man Big John brought us some sweet gear. And if you haven't seen it, man, hoodies, shorts, t-shirts, brought us the happy face, the new, go ahead, hold that side, Rafa. A new drop, right?
Now you made this shirt for something, right?
Yeah, mental health awareness.
Mental health
yeah,
awareness.
Go ahead and we need
Get on the mic.
Yeah. Go ahead and
If you look at turn the back around.
Yeah. Let's do that. So talk about it, Big John. Talk about it.
About that action, we're an athletic clothing brand, and myself being an athlete, our mental health is something that we as athletes are starting to take more serious.
Yep.
And it's more noticeable, on all aspects from little league all the way to the pros. So I feel like this month, especially May, that's what they diagnose as the mental health awareness month.
Is it? Okay.
So I decided to drop this T-shirt, to show support for athletics and mental health awareness.
Hell yeah,
Awesome
man.
shirt, man.
Nice.
Awesome shirt. Thank you,
Big
brother.
John, man. Listen, my son's out there in North Carolina. You guys know, Big John was in the same class, played for St. John Bosco. Now he's balling in Iowa. But man, imagine, being in high school and having to go across the country. You have a lot of expectations, school. It's tough. But listen, we're here to support you. Always reach out. Check up on your buddies, your homies. Just ask them, hey, how you doing, man? How's everything going? That's all. The people just want to know you care, man. And shout out to Big John. That's an awesome gesture. So
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
We're all about Big John and About That Action. We will tag you, right, and we will get you to that website. Support this young man's business, man. It's an incredible thing. And we love supporting businesses like that. So thank you, Big John. Thank you for coming out.
Thank you, brother.
Papa. But now let's get into that. Let's get into our negativity. Who you firing? Enough positivity in our life. Who wants to start with who's you're fired segment? Blah,
Who are you
blah.
firing, Jay? You want to go first?
I'll go first. Again,
This rolls right-
another victim, John Morant. for his quote unquote cryptic post this morning.
This morning. Yeah, they send the fucking police.
Exactly.
They send the sheriff.
For a welfare check. And all it was, he's stepping away from social media, guys.
Jeez,
and everyone had
fans panicked.
But it sucks because everyone, like all the Shannon and Skip, all those had to
they ran with it.
Step back and be like, okay, this is serious now, which it is. You know, you just brought up mental health awareness. That's important.
It is.
But I'm glad that they also said hey, we, the public, have an opportunity or have a kind of a right to be well, what is this? Kind of not doubting it, but kind of what does this really mean?
What message are you trying to send?
Yeah. And then it turned out to just be,
I'm stepping away
from social media.
He's a fucking
It's
jackass sometimes.
so dumb. He's acting like a 14-year-old on Snapchat.
Listen, man,
Yeah.
just us putting ourselves out there like this, we get effing hammered every freaking week.
Dude, what? How many comments on that?
Hundreds.
Hundreds of comments. Just talking shit.
It's hundreds every day.
I don't let it bother me.
Every single post you guys get, you get a hate comment.
Oh, for sure.
No, but the Kobe one, I got murdered. I saw the first 3 comments. I was like, dude, I'm not reading this shit. Forget it. Because it's just you can't get, I can't sit there and just read it and get mad. Okay, that's your opinion. Yeah. We are we do this because we do it for fun, number one.
Yeah.
Okay, we don't get paid for it. Although we hopefully one day get sponsored by Happy Dad.
Yeah.
But we want to say whatever the fuck it is we want to say. You might not agree with it, and that's fine.
Jacob said it perfectly last week. It's the ironic thing is this is 2 nobodies with the mic saying what whatever they want to say because it's an opinion, it's a take.
Yes.
And they're just literally doing the same thing. They're complaining about
our opinions
when they're giving the same
They're
opinions.
voicing their opinions.
Yeah, so it's so ironic and dumb.
It is.
They don't know
but you know
ball.
what? Yeah, we
Yeah,
don't know.
They're funniest.
Yeah, we don't. We've never balled.
Yeah, I saw one that said, "Tell me you don't know baseball without telling me you don't know nothing about baseball."
Yes.
About the Aaron Judge
Oh,
thing.
the Aaron Judge one?
Yeah, it's like,
That's so weird.
About the Aaron Judge thing?
yeah,
About
him cheating or
whatever. We do a whole show. We do a lot of we post a lot of clips.
These guys, you guys are watching. There are people that are watching those clips. They're not seeing the whole show.
Yeah, there's no context really.
Right, so they don't understand. We're just giving you clickbait so the morons can watch, and hopefully you guys watch and say, "Oh, well, fuck."
Yeah.
By the way, if you watch our show, you get handsome rewards.
That is true.
We've given away over
That is
$5,000.
true.
We are going to give away a trip to Las Vegas with to the Win, by the way, not Circus.
Yeah, or fucking the Excalibur either,
Yeah,
where you guys
and
probably stay.
I bet you
when you fucking go there.
All the people that hate on us, if they watched our show, know that we're very generous. That maybe they change their tune, but that's okay. We put ourselves out there like that, and you know what, Ja, if you want to be in the NBA, all these guys, you're gonna take some criticism. It comes with the territory. It comes with the payroll. That's part of the job. We put ourselves out there, and listen, it's a part of the deal. We're gonna get heat. Social media is an angry place.
If you guys understand that, imagine being an NBA player that's getting paid millions of dollars.
They're also younger and they have less life experience.
Yeah.
And they think because we're humans too. We're people too. Yeah, you're people too, but you're bringing home $15-20 million after taxes.
Yeah.
Okay, the average person doesn't bring home 15,000-20,000.
Yes.
Yep.
After not the average person, but they're not bringing home even 6 figures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're bringing home 7-8 figures.
Yep.
So you can take a little bit of criticism, whether it's from 2 Nobodies or whether it's from Shannon or Stephen A. or those guys have all the right to talk shit about you because that's how you make your money.
Well, yeah, it's not only that, it's they could criticize you about your game and whatever, but then you'd make a mistake and then a whole bunch of incidents, and then you make another mistake
and
again.
you apologize, you make the exact same mistake.
So it's like fair game.
Listen.
And then you get mad.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then you get mad.
Or you put out a bullshit post to make people, oh my God, maybe we should back off of him.
Yeah.
That's what that kind
That's
of
probably
was.
what that was.
Yeah.
Like, oh, let's just leave him alone because he's suicidal.
Yeah.
And,
Exactly.
And that's
Exactly.
kind of bullshit to the people that are in a real dark place.
Yeah.
Not saying that he should be in a dark place because sometimes you have to hit rock bottom, right? To change and evolve.
Mm-hmm.
And let's all pray that I'm rooting for you, brother.
Everyone is.
I'm rooting for
But
you.
he didn't grow up like this.
Yeah, you did
That's
not grow.
the thing.
That's the thing that pisses everyone
Like,
off.
if you take a dude that maybe grew up like that, DeMar DeRozan grew up in Compton.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's a different... We don't know
Michael
all of
Vick.
it.
Yeah.
Michael
Richard
Vick.
Sherman.
Yeah.
Like, those guys actually grew up in bad neighborhoods. This dude grew up in a neighborhood of... in a town of 3,000 people.
Yeah.
How bad could you have been? 3,000 people? Those towns usually have 2,950 rednecks.
Went to a private school.
Those are the bad dudes on the block, bro.
Yeah.
Those are the bad dudes on the block.
Yeah.
All right? Those are the cow tipping motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You ain't a bad dude.
Yeah.
No, and I don't. Man, just it is upsetting, man.
It's
because
just weird.
because
weird.
we've gone over it 100 times, but when you've taken yourself out of the middle class, raise yourself up just to try to
Be cool.
portray that you're down and you like to shoot people, man, don't make no fucking sense.
Yeah.
Don't make no sense. But great firing, Jay.
Great firing.
Eddie Money, you got somebody?
Eddie Money, who you firing, Papa?
I think we have a collective firing of everyone but LeBron on the Lakers.
I would agree with you, but I'd fire everybody but LeBron, Schroeder, and Reeves. Everybody
I
else.
wouldn't fire.
I wouldn't fire
Hachimura.
Rui, actually.
I wouldn't fire Rui.
Oh, Rui either, and Tristan Thompson.
Yeah,
He did good.
I
He did
told you
good.
guys for fucking 2 games he needed to play.
He did good.
needed to play. But
Well, that's exactly
I
why
agree
you brought
with
you literally signed him so he could
That's
more
what I
muscle
thought you
against Joker.
that's
and
what
then
I
use
thought you
him,
signed him
use
for.
him
One game.
game 4?
Yeah.
It didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So
Well, we'll get into that a little
we'll
later.
get into that.
Dive a little
I have
deeper.
the same firing. I'd fire Darvin Ham. He's a terrible coach. Given a good not a good roster. He's given 2 superstar players, another max player, a very weak bench which we knew from the beginning of the season. But you got to be better than what you've done.
I would not fire Darvin Ham.
No, I wouldn't fire. I'm firing him on our show.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wouldn't fire him on the court.
Well, I wouldn't.
Right?
I wouldn't call him a terrible coach either. Listen, they were 2-10. I thought he got them to play defense. I thought he had amazing strategy against. Listen, who they beat first round? Well, they played
Memphis.
Minnesota first.
Oh yeah.
Then Memphis, then Golden State, and they had really good game plans defensively. They were the number 1 defensive team, I believe, in the playoffs. So, and that's coaching, right?
I think the first 2 teams that they beat, although they were very good, Memphis is in disarray, and we know that.
yeah.
And Golden State wasn't what they were. You can clearly see it.
True.
If Clay doesn't play well, Curry can't carry. We'll get to that later.
True.
But Curry can't carry
True.
if Clay don't play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Poole doesn't show up. Clay doesn't show up. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now you get to Denver. Every guy played. Every dude.
They're a better team.
By far. You got to remember, Michael Porter Jr. doesn't tear his ACL. He's the number 1 pick.
Yeah.
He falls all the way to Denver. That guy's a superstar in the making.
Or he had back problems.
No, I think he tore his ACL in college. He missed he played like 3 games in Missouri and he was done.
I think he had major back problems as well. I think that. But
So-
but anyways, so I'll go on to my fire. It kind of piggybacks that shit. There was a certain point guard in the NBA that showed up to Game 4 in Los Angeles and got first row. And if you don't think that was a accident, I'm firing Kyrie. Like, dude, to me it was a ploy saying, come get me next year. I can fix this. I personally do not want to have anything to do with that Vato.
Wasn't that his second game being there?
Yeah.
Right.
Was
I
it?
don't know.
Was it? I don't know.
He was there. I think it was the second round.
Was
Yeah,
it?
he was there for the Warrior
he was
game,
there
right?
for a Warrior game.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I just don't. I don't see him being a solution.
Me either. I don't.
Personally, I'm riding with you guys on the AD thing. I do not want to see AD in a Laker uniform because I think he's ultra super talented. And like I said in episode, I don't know, 16, 15, 17, 18, AD has no dog in him, man. And I know he was getting double teamed and I know he was playing decent defense. But if you want to be a star in the NBA and you want to get paid like a star in the NBA, you got to suit up, show up, and play like a freaking superstar, like Murray did, like Joker did, like Jimmy Buckets has, like Tatum hasn't.
Tatum showed up last game, but he hasn't.
Yeah.
He struggled in these playoffs. Consistency has been a factor, an issue there.
So that's why I'm firing. I'm firing Kyrie. we don't want you in LA, Papa.
Well, he came out today saying like all these rumors of me being on a team. I'm a free agent.
You just happen to show up to the Laker game.
Leave me out of those discussions.
That's what he said. Oh, come on, man. Like we're not supposed to. We're not supposed to connect the dots. Yeah, they're flat. There's dinosaurs aren't real.
Yeah,
you name it. So that's our firing. So that's your fired. Anyone on YouTube that wants to fire somebody?
Michelle says hi, and I think by the way she typed this, she said she wants to fire LeBron.
She wants, what, man?
Oh my God, that's terrible. That is terrible.
A lot of people are putting the blame on LeBron, man.
We'll get into that, and I'll tell you what they can blame him for and what they can't. Not like Jay can.
It's a lot of older Laker fans that never accepted LeBron as a Laker.
It's not that. It's all the Kobe fans that never accepted LeBron. That's what it is. Magic fans have accepted LeBron. We'll get to that afterwards. Let's get to the NFL.
I can't wait.
Hi, Michelle. So that's your fired, sponsored by BTA, About That Action, official BTA. Go check out that website. Amazing gear. Support this young man. He's doing a terrific job. So, that being said, let's go to our most popular segment and the segment that we love to talk about the most, brought to you by CustomCars.com. Custom with the K, cars with the Z. Go check out that website. If you're in the market for a car, aftermarket, raised, lowers, 22s, 26s, Tacomas, trucks, everything. It doesn't matter. It's an amazing website, great dealership, great deals. Please go tell them that Two Nobodies sent you, man. You will not be disappointed in how they treat you, the service. It's just an awesome company. But thank you to CustomCars.com, and they are sponsoring our NFL offseason talk. And there's some stories out there. Who did this interview with D-Hop?
The I Am Athlete.
Yes, I Am Athlete did a D-Hop interview, and he had a lot to say. Apparently, he still wants out of Arizona, which I don't blame him. I think they're going to be the worst team in the league this year.
I don't think they'll be the worst, but
they'll be there.
They'll be there.
They'll be there.
So D-Hop came out, and he basically gave everyone a list of where he wants to go.
Is there a list?
Oh yeah, he said all this.
Not where, but of what he wants in the team.
Yeah, go ahead, Eddie Money. Go. What did he say?
So first and foremost, he wants a QB that loves the game. He said that he thinks Kyler loves the game, but is injured, so it doesn't really count.
That's a cop-out, by the way.
That's a bullshit.
That's a cop-out.
He loves it, but he's hurt. You know he's not hurt because he's starting week 1.
He said,
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Cop-out.
He also wants a team with a great defense, especially a great D-line.
The fuck?
Yeah.
And stable management, because he's been through 4 GMs in his career.
Bro, he's like 90. This is his last hurrah.
Yeah.
How old is he? He's 30?
Well, he's basically saying like, "Hey guys, I want the perfect team."
Yeah.
No, he just should have come out and said, "I want to only play for the Eagles, Chiefs, or Niners." That's it.
That's what he should say.
Basically.
That's what he should say.
Yeah.
Eagles, Chiefs, Niners, maybe sprinkle in the
Raiders.
Stop it. Stop it. Maybe the Jets.
We're going to run.
All the Jets.
He's 30, about to turn 31.
Yeah, that's it, man. This is it. This is his last season
Oh,
of being a guy.
He still looked pretty good last year.
Yeah, okay.
Listen,
But this is they fucking fade fast.
receivers have a long shelf life. Think about the receivers. Think about Tim Brown.
That's true.
Jerry
That's
Rice.
That's it. Stop.
James Jett.
Andre Johnson.
James Jett, this motherfucker. Andre Johnson wasn't Andre Johnson after 31.
That's what I'm saying.
Megatron retired.
I'm not
Julio
saying-
Jones is dead.
Basically.
Chad Ocho. I'm not saying they're great for a long time. I'm saying they stick around for a long time.
Yeah, because they don't want to retire because
they don't have the physical, wear and tear that other NFL players do.
They're prima donnas and don't want to retire.
Whatchamacallit from T.Y. Hilton.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still playing.
Receivers hang around. They hang around.
Yeah, but they hang around as 3-4.
They do. Yeah, they're
Like dude, look at Julio. How bad he was. Like he's irrelevant.
Julio. That's what I'm saying. D-Hop is going to be in the league for another 5 years.
Right.
Mark my words. And
he can be in it for 7, but elite status.
Oh.
This is it.
Impactful.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah.
This is it.
I agree. But listen, that being said, there's lines on where he's going. And very interesting stuff. Because how is this not fucking tampering, by the way, by him? He's like begging to get me out of here.
They can say whatever the fuck they want.
And after June 1st, listen, after June 1st, there's going to be a frenzy on cuts, on free agent signings. And I said it here first, and everyone said, fucking stupid fucking Raider fan. But I said, Hunter Renfroe trade to freaking Arizona.
So you think they bring Hopkins?
Ooh.
Listen, dude, the Raiders have like 15 guys in their receiver room right now. It doesn't make any sense. They have a lot. They could offer, maybe they're loading up
so why you
to give 4 back.
Why are you saying Renfroe to Arizona? What are you getting for it?
Well, Diop.
This is don't clip this because the comments are going to be stupid Raider fan.
Oh yeah, no. But I'm saying, listen, I don't think it's going to happen. But I'll tell you what is going to happen is that the Raiders aren't paying Hunter Renfroe $13 million this year. They are looking to cut or get or trade Hunter Renfroe. They do not want to pay him $13 million this year. And there's a whole thing. Raiders haven't signed any defensive freaking superstars yet. And there's still a lot of guys in the market. And I'm telling you right now, Hunter Renfroe will not be a Raider next year. And listen, I love you, Hunter. You've been amazing, but we need defense, Papa. So I hope you do well wherever you go.
I don't. So where do you think he goes? If they trade Hopkins, because if we look at the favorites, Cardinals are plus 200. Chiefs, these are current lines, right? You got these off of what? Bovada? FanDuel. Okay. Cardinals are plus 200, so they're still the favorite to keep them. Chiefs 300, Panthers, Bears 550, Lions 750.
Ooh,
I could see the Bears making this move, right?
I can see. I said that earlier. The Bears,
but they've drafted receiver. They traded for receiver. They've made moves for receivers.
Yes.
So now, are you giving up? What draft picks are you giving back to get this receiver? Right now, that team, for example, you look at the Bears and you can look at the division and say it's a wide open division.
Yeah.
Right. You have Green Bay, Jordan Love, which I think is going to be a lot better than you guys think he is.
Detroit's the favorite.
Detroit's the favorite. Minnesota is somehow only projected to win 8.5 games, which I think they're going to win 10.
Yeah.
So do the Bears take that chance? Do they have that in? Do they take that chance now and see what Fields can do with a superstar receiver, and then you'd have more at the 2?
I like the Bears move personally. I think he would fit in good with the Bears. I think he needs a number 1 receiver.
What if the Chiefs get him?
Come on, man.
What if the Chiefs get this dude?
If the Chiefs get him, the NFL's in fucking trouble.
Yeah,
well, they're in trouble because
that's deadly.
The one thing that DeAndre Hopkins is he knows how to run routes. He knows how to dissect secondaries. He knows what the F he's doing.
So imagine now with the best coach he's ever had, if he gets straight to the Chiefs, and by far the best quarterback he's ever had.
Yeah.
I mean,
can you imagine?
Let's look back at it.
That offense?
Who's the best receiver? Mahomes.
Well, Tyreek Hill. Let's not get crazy either.
Yeah.
He didn't have a bum. He had Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Is he a good receiver or just a fast guy?
I'm with you, baby. I'm with you on that comment.
He's not a good receiver.
He's electric, man.
He's
electric.
He's a playmaker, but
he's not a possession receiver. So Hopkins checks all. I think Hopkins is somewhat like Randy Moss. Like, I'm not saying as good as Randy Moss. Yeah. I think he checks every box as a receiver.
I agree.
He can get you a first down. He can fucking
stretch the field.
He has hands.
He's got great route running ability. He can catch every ball.
Yes.
Tyreek Hill was not all of that. He didn't check all the boxes. Size is not there. Although amazing and an all-pro and all of that.
Yeah.
I think Hopkins overall might have been a better in their prime.
Hopkins, better receiver. Tyreek Hill, the most explosive athlete on the fucking field whenever he's fucking on it. You get him the fucking ball at the 2-yard line and you're in fucking trouble.
He's scary.
Yeah. No doubt about that. No doubt about that.
I mean, look at what he did against the fucking Bills in that playoff game.
In this season, they showed you that they could replace Tyreek Hill with a bunch of similar guys. Not as fast, not as good, not as great finding the ball. Because if you watch Miami, How good is Tyreek Hill finding that ball, coming back to that ball? Tua would just throw it up and Tyreek Hill would come and get it. You know what I'm saying? So not as good, but they were able to replace him in those ways and still won the Super Bowl.
I don't know if they replaced him, but
they filled the gaps.
They got to the fucking Super Bowl and won it.
Yeah, so
I guess,
they might have not replaced them, but they bondoed up the hole.
Yeah.
And put some sealer on it, a little paint over it. It didn't look as good as the original.
I was definitely wrong. Michael Brown was wrong. I thought it would have been a major...
That's the reason I'm in the group chat.
Yes.
Because Michael Brown, in the week one, I told Eddie, put me in a text with Michael Brown.
Yeah.
Just watching Mahomes just start picking motherfuckers apart.
I thought that Tyreek Hill changed the dynamic of that whole offense, that he was the focal point, and that they would miss him horribly. And I apparently was wrong, I guess. I mean, the verdict's out. They won the Super Bowl.
I think you were wrong.
What bothered me about Tyreek Hill was the season before when they lose that game. Mahomes loses that game on a throw he forces to Hill in double and triple coverage because the guy's fucking 5'10".
Yeah.
How am I forcing the ball to 5'10" when he's 5'10"?
Because you get it to him and he can score from anywhere on the field.
100%. We'd all do the same if we were quarterback.
Yeah.
So, but sorry, bud.
So that's I mean, I would love to see him with the Bears. Lions, my God. Lions would be scary.
That'd be too
much?
Too much.
Too much offense?
Too much. I don't know if that happens. That happens. That'd be a lot for them to give up.
Yeah.
Fred thinks the Chiefs make that move.
Me too.
That's a great move for the Chiefs. At plus 300, Vegas is thinking they make that move.
Because Jimmy Jam Schuster, he's not with them anymore, right?
No, he's on the Patriots.
Oh man,
he's gonna have fucking 12 touchdowns this year.
I want to see him do a TikTok with fucking Belichick on the sideline. He slapped the shit out of him. Sit down, fool.
If they're like 7-3, fucking Belichick's gonna be fucking TikToking with him.
That would be the funniest shit ever.
Oh my God,
watching Belichick do a TikTok with Mr. Schuster.
So the Chiefs, I think, would be amazing. Obviously, that would be insane.
It's cheating. Come on, man.
It'd be kind of like playing an all-Madden team, right?
Yeah.
Like you're drafting fantasy draft in Madden.
So what do you give up? What do you give up for something like that?
I think probably a second, and a second you're taking back the salary, which he's going to obviously...
and give him back a receiver?
I don't know if you do that, but you can give him like a second and a fourth and maybe another third next year.
Man,
depending on
who are
conditional
the receivers?
third.
Eddie Money, can you go to the Kansas City Chiefs?
I think they have Tony.
Receiver depth chart. Look at this fucking Chiefs fan over here.
He's a Chiefs fan. This motherfucker said.
Oh, is he?
Who is? Oh, they got Rice?
Yeah.
We picked up Rice, and then we have both the Rosses, Justin Ross and John Ross.
Yeah, they can give up both the Rosses, Justin and John. So you can tell the Cardinals, pick a Ross.
Maybe, yeah, if you put John Ross on top of the other Ross and put him in a trench coat, maybe they'll fucking be able to catch a football. So, go ahead, Eddie Money, because they didn't hear that on the show.
Yeah, so he said he got Kadarius Toney, Sky Moore, Rashee Rice, Marcus Valdes-Scantling, Justin Ross, Justin Watson, Richie James, and John Ross.
That sounds like a bunch of
garbage.
Yeah, a bunch of dudes you're going to cut.
Come on, man.
You definitely
need D-Hop.
That was not a solid wide receiver group.
Dude, solid. You out of your mind. We don't do. Listen.
If Kadarius Toney is your number one, you know.
There's only one homer allowed here, and that's Jay sitting right there. That is it. That's the only homer we allow here. There is no way that is a solid receiver group.
Yeah.
That's a solid receiver group for flag football on Sundays.
Your wide receiver 2 is your kick returner.
Yeah, yeah. Your best receiver is freaking Kadarius Toney, who...
That just tells me B-Hop to the Chiefs.
How come he's not listed on here as even a favorite? Man, they need to go get his ass.
Well, they're second. The Chiefs are second favorite.
Oh, wait, they are on here. My bad. I didn't see them.
They're plus 300.
Damn.
They're plus 300. They need to go get them.
So basically, what he's saying is, okay, let's see. QB that loves the game, check.
Mahomes.
Great defense, great D-line, check. Chris Jones, the best defensive lineman in the league. Okay, stable management and coaching, check. Just come on and say it. You want to play for the fucking Chiefs.
I'm surprised the Eagles aren't on this list, right? like if he had a list, it's probably Chiefs, Eagles.
Yeah.
Which he can't go to, obviously,
man.
right? You
Eddie,
can't-
what do you think? You think that shit's gonna happen?
Eagles, nah.
Chiefs, the Chiefs.
So Chiefs, yeah, unfortunately, sadly.
Oh,
Sadly.
man.
Sadly.
Man, I think that the Chiefs, that makes
It
all
does,
the sense.
yes.
That makes them even more dangerous.
Look at Fred predicting the Chiefs early. We're going to ride with you, Freddie.
Well, that's that. I mean, and then let's go on to some other news. We have the Bengals, Michelle's favorite team, looking to extend Joe Burrow before Week 1 to alleviate the future cap concerns. Can he surpass Jalen Hurts at $52 million?
Yes.
Thoughts.
Yes.
Thoughts and
You think so?
Yeah.
oh, 1,000%.
Because the NFL's always been the same way. You get paid today, and next year when I'm a free agent, I'm going to get paid more because I'm just as good as you, if not better, or one notch right below you.
So it's always that precedent.
Right. You like they're comparing them to Hurts on the contract. Oh, they did the same shit. Both went to Super Bowl, both lost.
Yeah.
They both had a chance they were both winning at the end, and they both lost.
If you are Joe Burrow's agent, you're not taking $1 less than what fucking
True.
than
what Lamar and Jalen Hurts got. Not $1 less.
You don't take $1 less. And
But I don't think you're even going to have that issue.
well, here's the thing: the Cincinnati Bengals are
We're
notoriously
over
cheap.
that. We're over that.
Notoriously cheap.
We're over that.
But Rafa, I think this is one thing that if you're a GM in the NFL, you have to agree. The earlier you sign your quarterback, the Chiefs have done it, the better off you're going to be.
Right.
Because the market only goes crazy. The
goes
longer
up and
you
up
wait,
and up and up.
Like, that's the biggest mistake that the Cowboys made with Dak.
They waited till the end.
They waited, and then paid him to where he was worth more than he really was.
Right.
You sign him early. I mean, the Chiefs.
Now,
Go ahead.
to not discredit Dak, right? And we think, he is what he is. He still makes the playoffs every year. And you as a franchise, you just want to, in the NFL, you just want to make the playoffs to have that chance. Everybody goes on a run. You'd sell your left nut to have the Raiders in the playoffs every year.
That's an accurate statement.
That's right. So we're not.
That's why I currently have all my nuts.
So if they told
He
you,
hasn't done it yet. We haven't done it yet.
but if they told you, hey, you'd have to pay your quarterback $200+ million to make the playoffs every year, you would say yes.
Sign that check.
You would say yes. Yeah, you can say that Dallas's division sucks at one point. Last year they were very good, the division, and they made the playoffs. He actually won a playoff game.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's great, but I'm not going to discredit that the man makes the playoffs year after year after year. And the year he got hurt, they didn't make the playoffs. So not to discredit Dak.
Yeah.
He's got a fucked up contract for the team, and Cowboy fans don't like him, and blah, blah, blah. He still gets you to the playoffs.
He's such a he is the enigma of the NFL. Dak is such a Rubik's Cube because he's a great leader.
He's an awesome leader.
He does everything right. He's a stud. He could run. He could pass. But he just is missing that one little thing in the important games. I mean, he had a horrible game that
Niner game.
That Niner game, 2 picks that were bad. He's just missing that little thing.
Weren't we comparing him to a version of Carr?
Oh, but a lot. No,
I did not.
a lot of people said
He's kind of similar. They have similarities.
He's always been better than Carr.
I agree with that.
We can take his roster and say he's always had a better roster than Carr because he's always played with 2 offensive Hall of Fame offensive linemen. There's no doubt.
Put Carr on those Cowboy teams. Do they go further or do they do the same?
I think with Dallas's problem, Dallas's problem is the coaching, and they can keep going through that with McCarthy and then this guy and then this guy. I think it gets down to the coaching at some point. Like McCarthy, that's it. Like he faded in Green Bay. He won a Super Bowl and then they faded. You had arguably one of the most talented quarterbacks of all time, and he didn't win.
Yeah.
He won 1. Oh, well, he only won 1 Super Bowl. Fuck. You wish you could win 1.
Yeah.
Still, he won 1 early.
I can't
and then
stand
he
when
didn't
people
win
say
shit.
he only won 1.
Yeah.
That
Yes.
Aaron Rodgers always gets that bullshit.
Yeah, that's what we're talking
Yeah,
about. That's what we're talking about.
So I think where the comparisons come with Carr and Dak is they win every fucking press conference. They say all the right things. They're an amazing teammate.
Yeah.
They have accuracy issues. They just don't make that play when you need them to make that play. And I'm going to get a lot of shit. Carr had the most comebacks. Blah 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 blah
Yeah.
blah 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 blah.
Well, Dak's up there as well with that same stat,
Is it?
right?
Sure.
That same stat though is a little overrated. If you go into the fourth quarter and start the fourth quarter with the ball on the fucking goal line and it's 17-13 and you're down,
Yeah.
and you won the game 42-17, you still had a fourth quarter comeback.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you started the fourth quarter down. That's a fucked up stat. So
MB says it's hilarious that Rafa is backing Dak's mediocrity.
you know what?
I'm not backing it. No.
I was thinking the same thing, MB. I was thinking, because Rafa, if he's a well-known Cowboy hater.
Of course, 100%. I hate them more than anything.
Yeah.
You know that.
Do you? I didn't know that.
It's
Yeah.
the team I hate the most.
Yeah.
Cowboys?
There's no team I hate the most than the Cowboys.
Yes.
So I hate them. But at the same time, like Eddie says, well, you don't want to get stuck with a Dak contract. They still make the fucking playoffs. Like MB, Raider fans, Bronco fans, bro, you motherfuckers would give anything to make the playoffs every year.
Mike, you're getting dragged into it, Mike. You're getting dragged into it.
We have the Chiefs in our division. I don't give a fuck. Okay? You should want to make the playoffs. He always makes the playoffs. Does he suck in January? Yes.
You know what? I think the Dove is currently looking for a different location.
The
He's
Dove's
like,
like, what
Did I get myself
there's a
into?
lot of negativity, and I don't want this negativity around my
Egg.
Yes.
I fixed your bird problem. I'm going to fix your bird problem.
Yeah, he's just looking at us like,
But back to
Who are
Burrow.
these people?
Back to Burrow.
back to
I think
Joe
he gets
Burrow.
all the money.
yes.
if they're smart, give them all the money right now. Aren't they gonna redo fucking Mahomes' contract?
That's what he's saying.
Mahomes
And-
says
and
he
you-
doesn't care about the money. He cares about his legacy.
Yes, he said
Who said that?
Mahomes.
he says he cares
Yeah.
about
Legacy?
I agree.
Sitting on
100
$300 million in his bank account.
But these guys, so Mahomes, think about it. He
wants to
But
win.
why did Brady win so much? His roster was always created it was always right. They always had what they
he
needed.
almost took a pay cut every fucking year.
He
did,
always
yes.
took a pay
He
cut.
did.
He always took a pay cut.
That's what Mahomes
So
should do.
Mahomes is already doing it.
By the way,
That's what he said.
Another GOAT used to fucking take pay cuts. He wasn't
He
the
literally
high-
took $30 million for one season. Don't say that. He
Listen,
took $30
there
million.
there was a couple.
That motherfucker took $30 million for 1 year.
Well,
When you couldn't do that shit.
he wasn't the highest paid player
Yes,
on
he
his
was.
team. I think Scotty for 1 year was paid higher.
The year he came back for 17 games,
Okay.
Scotty was like, nah, I'm getting paid. After that, $30 million.
Well, yeah, Mahomes said he only cares about legacy and rings right now. Money is his last concern.
Well, that's not Joe. Joe hasn't got that paycheck yet. Joe deserves to get paid.
100%.
And by the way, Joe he's a football guy. Joe doesn't do any commercials. He doesn't do any interviews. He's addicted to football, and that's what you want at your quarterback position. Cincinnati Bengals, pay the man.
They're going to pay him. There's no doubt they're going to pay him. So everybody thinks like, oh, the Bengals didn't pay anybody. Dude, they didn't pay anybody. Their team sucked. You were going to pay Ocho and TJ Hushmanzada?
Hushmanzada, yeah.
Those are motherfuckers. You're going to pay Keith Rivers, who got his fucking jaw ripped out
No,
by. Come on. Those
the-
are the dudes you're going to pay.
But there's
Get the fuck out of here.
We had a buddy who played for the Bengals, Scooter Sprott, and they charge for tape. They charge for everything. They
Money's
charge
tight.
for food. No,
It's a recession,
There's
man.
a reason no one
Money's
get
tight.
paid.
Yeah.
You know why they charged them? Because they had to save money when Ocho came on the team. And Chad Ocho, John Ocho Cinco slept in the motherfucking stadium
listen, Chad
at
Ocho's-
the practice facility.
That's another cheap vato right there. Very smart with his money is Chad Ocho.
McDonald's.
Yes, McDonald's, fake Rolexes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he does it all.
Yeah, he's a smart dude.
Now-
Miami guy.
Yeah, he is.
So-
Liberty City.
Liberty City. So,
Liberty City's the Compton of
anything
Miami.
else? Anything else can we think?
Grand Theft Auto.
Now let me ask you something on the Burrow talk. So Burrow gets $52 million. Herbert's then next up.
Yes.
You have to pay him too.
I would
Does
pay
he
him.
deserve that money? How in the same
Doesn't
conversation?
matter.
Not the same. It
doesn't
doesn't matter.
matter.
It doesn't matter if they deserve it or not. They're next up.
It's crazy how that
His-
market it's like this quarterback gets paid this.
Remember when it was
You're gonna-
terrible when you drafted a guy and you drafted him number 1 overall and he automatically became the highest paid player in the NFL? Do you remember that? Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan.
Dude, when Matt Ryan was drafted, he was the highest paid. It's like $49 million guaranteed at that, or whatever the fuck it was, like $49 million. It was a ridiculous amount of money. And then they're like, no, we got to put a rookie. This is stupid.
Yeah.
And then the Vikings quarterback. He's the one who started the whole guaranteed fucking money.
Kirk Cousins?
Cousins.
He's very smart.
Oh yeah.
You know, he
But
got
again,
paid.
he made the playoffs. He took that garbage ass Redskins team and he made it relevant again.
What's his name?
Yeah.
Kirk
You like
Cousins.
that?
You like
You
that?
like
You like that? Yeah.
Oh, the poor bird.
Michelle says, Michelle
Mich-
says, "Go Bengals." They got 2024, so not this season, but next season.
Michelle, make sure. Yes.
Once he gets paid.
Once he gets paid.
Make sure you put that bet in this year.
Yeah.
Make sure you put that bet in this year. So she always.
I'm gonna bet they're not gonna make the playoffs. It's a
Whoa.
statement. No, that's a very good team.
Ooh.
A very good team. But
a very
Deshaun
good
Watson's gonna be back,
Oh,
baby.
Oh, man.
He changed up his helmet. He's in a speed flex now, so you better watch out.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I
God.
saw it.
So
Gotta get on that speed flex, baby.
What else do
so
we have?
Herbert's not getting paid, you think, or he's still getting paid?
I think you have to pay Herbert. You have listen. He's had gotten no slack for that atrocious.
27-0. I just saw that the other day, and I was like,
He
"Damn, that's pretty
he
true."
gets. Listen, he gets a pass for
Because
that
his
fucking
coach
game.
sucks.
But he's still there.
He thinks he's a genius.
Oh, the coach is terrible.
The coach thinks he's a.
Yeah, the coach is bad. But the Chargers have had terrible coaches.
Yeah.
Anthony Lynn was garbage. Very bad. Very bad. Marty was good until January started.
John Ross, or what was his name? Ross from Georgia
Jim
Tech.
Ross.
He was a good coach. Listen, they should have got rid of that coach a long time ago. He threw out that whole "we're going for it on fourth down." That should have been enough for him to get fired.
Yes.
I don't
Yes.
know why. Listen, we went to the Raiders-Chargers game, and we called it. The Raiders beat them because, and this is when he wasn't making bad decisions, but he's just he's a detriment to a very talented roster.
Amazing.
An amazing roster. So I'm not sure, here's the thing. You got to pay him because he's talented. He's a stud. He's a good person. And if you don't pay him, then what do? You're not going to, quarterbacks are it's a quarterback driven league in the NFL. And you better go find yourself a fucking stud. And the Raiders haven't had one since fucking.
Oh, you can't even remember. We
Gannon.
had Derek Carr.
Gannon.
Oh, my God.
Yes, MVP.
Gannon.
MVP of the league. So
Rich Gannon. What
He
a
was good.
monster.
anything
was good.
else? Anything
He was
else?
pretty good.
On the NFL front.
He's a very good analyst as well.
Okay, so that is your NFL talk, brought to you by CustomCars.com. Custom with the K, cars with the Z.
That was a good segment. I missed NFL talk.
Oh man, I can't wait. We're in that like dead zone right now.
Right now, it's
where-
because all the training camp is starting. OTAs.
OTAs are starting.
But
Training camp next
June
month.
1st, I'm telling you, there's going to be a lot to talk about. So this is the quiet before the storm right now. I called it. Hunter Renfrow will not be a Raider.
All right.
Mark
They're
my
going to
words.
fucking sign him
Stay
a
tuned
5-year
for next
deal.
week.
5-year deal.
D-Hop.
5-year deal for Renfro to the Raiders.
Eddie Money will not be here next year, so we're going to put the show together
I'll be here
with
I'll be here
Next year?
week.
next. Oh yes,
I'll be here next week, but after that,
Yes, it's yeah. We're
How long are you out for?
I don't know.
Oh.
And so
I'll send you a car. When you can walk, we'll wheelchair your ass in
Yeah.
here. The fuck?
Yeah.
we're gonna bring
Dude,
you
there's
in, like,
this is no.
In a
there's-
hospital bed. Roll him in a hospital
Bro,
bed.
roll his ass in a wheelchair. There's no
Seriously.
fucking.
Yes,
I'm hurt.
Like
Yes.
AD in a
You ain't got
wheelchair.
no Aflac in this motherfucker.
I'm gonna get a disability request.
Yeah, there's no disability in this bitch.
So that is our NFL segment brought to you by Custom Cars, Custom with the K, cars with the Z.com. If you're in the market for an aftermarket vehicle, you got to go to this place. It's the easiest website and great people, great business. Thank you to them because without them, we could not do this show. And let's talk some.
MLB. Should we go over the standings a little bit?
Yeah.
Well,
By the
we do-
way,
well-
Zach is like an hour late and says Carlos Tevez, number 32.
Carlos, who?
Carlos Tevez.
Who's
He's a striker.
Oh, probably
Yeah,
probably for Galaxy or something.
No.
played on
He
Juve.
played on Manchester United. Played on Juve. He was burned as a kid. His movie's on Netflix. Argentinian soccer player.
Oh, okay.
He was Messi's roommate for a long time.
Zach went to an LAFC game, and
And now
all of
he's-
a sudden, he's like, send it, pitch. Look at my pitch. My pitch is, send it, cross it. All of a sudden, he's Mr. Football guy.
Football.
Football.
Did you go to that game with him?
Yes, he went.
That LAFC,
yeah.
you were the one waving the rainbow fucking flag, weren't you?
Yes, yes.
What? No, the one with the pink, brown, and blue. And
Yeah. Oh,
Yes, we don't know. Yeah.
Jesus.
So listen, should we do should we do a little
We can do a
break
couple
now?
minutes of
If
MLB.
we have 5 minutes before we did an hour. We usually break at an hour. Should we?
MLB should be quick. I want to get into LeBron and the Lakers right after this.
Oh, okay. Let's do it then.
I want to dedicate the last hour of the show to the NBA.
LeBron James.
To LeBron and all the bullshit.
Can we get that light on? Probably is a good idea to get that light on now too.
Let's just go over the MLB standings and we can kind of give.
We'll go National League.
Yeah.
American League.
Padres have been terrible, by the way.
Padres are fourth in the
God.
West. It doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. I picked the Padres to go to the World Series.
Well, it's time to start firing the hitting coach first. You start there. You get rid of the hitting coach, and if it doesn't turn around by the end of June, the first week of July, then it's time to fire the manager.
I told you who I think is responsible for this deal, and I don't think it's the hitting coach. I don't think it's the pitching coach. I think it's the way this team is constructed. And the way this team was constructed was with questionable characters.
I don't mind them.
And, well, listen, I don't mind a questionable character either if they're hitting fucking 346 with fucking 20 home runs at the break. No one, Manny Ramirez was a questionable character, but he had a big bat.
Yeah, he can bang.
Yeah, he could bang, bang. So I think they have a bunch of personalities that don't get along, and it's sort of worked out in the Dodgers' favor where they got some really good guys. I mean, Freddie freaking...
He's awesome.
He's such
Max
a good
Muncy
dude.
seems like a dude.
Where'd that dude come from?
Well,
I guess he was injured last year.
their hitting is terrible. Let's not get that shit twisted.
Yeah.
That roster can't hit for shit.
Yeah.
They're somehow winning games. Dude, have you seen their batting averages?
It's
crazy. Everybody besides Freddie Freeman, the motherfuckers hovering the 250 mark.
Freddie
240.
Freeman's, yes. And then Mookie, another great teammate, great human being. They're just, and then they got, I don't know if you call it lucky or great scouting. They came from this whole management team came from Atlanta Braves, which won 10, 12 fucking
straight divisions
in a row. So they know what they're doing as far as scouting. And listen, Outland, fucking stud.
Oh, Outman, stud.
Miggy.
Does that have to do with the long curly
Long
hair?
hair, long-
He's good.
The new Jason Worth.
He's
The
good.
left-handed Jason Worth.
Miggy, the Cuban kid.
Yeah.
The row house to the shortstop.
Stud.
Yeah.
Stud.
Is he hitting?
He-
They don't hit.
When they get a hold of it, man, these kids are young. They're young, Rafa.
You got the standings there anymore?
So let's go over American League. Oh, let's go to National League since we talking National League.
Okay, so in the NL West, we have the Dodgers on 1,
Lighter.
Diamondbacks, Giants, Padres, and Rockies.
Wow, how many games are the Padres back?
8 or 9.
Wow.
8.
Yeah.
When do you hit the panic button?
Dude, man,
And the pitching's been terrible as well.
and they have the best closer in the fucking game.
Yeah, if he can get to close,
That's a problem. They're not getting.
you got to get there.
But who's? I mean, dude, they have Musgrove was. a stud.
Musgrove's been a turd.
Sneed was a great.
Oh, Blake
pitcher.
Snell.
Snell.
You Darvish.
Hughes, a freaking. He's amazing.
Dude, they've been terrible.
The Dodgers are putting in
Yeah.
rookie after rookie. That they're doing patchwork, but they're so deep in their organization. We keep on. Miller was a stud yesterday.
And I want to give credit to this guy, and I hate him, and I've talked shit about him for
I love when that happens when
Who is it?
since
I wanna hear.
2017. But for them playing this well with the way they're hitting, you have to give some sort of credit to Dave Roberts. And
Do you though?
you have to. You have to. He's somehow putting in pieces that are making it work. I mean, I don't know.
Listen, the reason I don't annihilate.
And I hate fucking Dave
the
Roberts.
reason I don't annihilate Dave Roberts or give him credit either way, because I don't think he has any fucking say in anything.
That's a
I
good
think
point.
it's the dudes right above him saying, listen, these are the numbers. This is what you do. You put this dude in at this situation. And that's why I didn't fire him earlier, because I really don't think he, like, what's the amazing manager with the Cubs, Angels?
Joe Madden.
Joe Madden. He's an amazing manager.
I agree.
He's a manager off his guts. He could never manage for the Dodgers organization because he would never have a say.
No.
And-
Yeah, no, I remember that. But at the end, you're getting to a point here where now, yeah, you're punching in the guys, but those were a lot of experienced guys. Now these are rookies. You kind of got to They're younger players.
Yeah.
You got to kind of sit them down and before, hey, you're not playing tonight or you're playing tonight or whatever. And with an older dude, it was kind of like, oh, I'm making money already. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
With these guys, I think he's got to manage them a little different inside the clubhouse.
True that.
I want to believe that. I hate Dave Roberts with a passion. I think they should have fired him 100 times.
But why would you hate? Everyone loves that dude.
I hate him because he's a fucking terrible manager.
Okay.
The consensus is everyone hates him, especially
because of what Eddie said. When
His players don't. The players love him.
The players love him because he's just there, like you said. He gets the calls from the top.
Yeah. He's just positive.
This year, I think the roster is different.
Yeah.
This
He's
year,
just positive dude.
Those rosters, I think, had a lot of veterans. These rosters, I think, are different.
That's true.
Yeah.
I think they're. It's just a different feel for it, and I think he's had to work a little more than he's had to in the past. Where in the past he can just get the lineup every morning from fucking one of the guys upstairs. These are the guys playing, and if you tell, a veteran he's not playing today, well, it's fine. But now you got to tell a young kid, well, it's different.
By the way, do you see who has a podcast now?
Who is that? Oh, Mookie Betts?
And Kershaw.
I sent you that.
Oh, together?
They're together.
Oh.
And
It's actually pretty cool. I sent you a clip of it.
Really
What is it
fucking
called?
Cool.
I don't know.
Two
Juan
fucking
Puto
rich
and-
guys.
Yeah. Juan Puto and Kershaw. I don't know.
That's a good one.
No, but it was pretty. I sent you a little clip of
You
it. It was
did.
impressive.
Yeah?
I
I've
liked
seen
it.
a couple of things like Mookie's like, dude, I got to give it to you. I watched it last night. I'm like, Mookie's like, you have to be the most confident dude in the world
Oh yeah.
to wear Skechers cleats.
He does?
Dude, he has
Dude, he does.
Skechers cleats, and he rocks them.
Probably comfy.
Well, that's what he said. So he used to wear Under Armour. Kershaw said he
Yeah.
used to wear Under Armour, and like a year ago or whatever, they stopped making his cleat. So they sent him something else. He wasn't comfortable in it, and then somebody who he knows or one of his managers probably whatever said, "Hey, would you be willing to wear Skechers?" Right? And he said he tried it on and he fucking loved it.
He said, I don't know how many fucking zeros you fucking throwing at me. That's what it really comes down to. But I'll tell you one thing. It's kind of crazy that these two multi-millionaires decided to do a fucking podcast.
Because they do it for fun.
I like
they're
it.
just
It's
sitting
fun.
here and you say whatever the fuck you want.
This is the new age of like celebrities or athletes doing these podcasts, but it's cool that they're doing it.
You get to hear like
Yeah, you get to hear certain, different
I always like when
viewpoints
athletes
and
do it. I
aspects.
like to listen to the athletes, like certain things. Like, I don't know if you've seen the Patrick Beverly one.
Yeah, Patrick. I like. I think Paul George has the best one. Best basketball podcast.
We have more followers than he does, so whatever. But
no fucking way.
yes, we do. We have more followers than his podcast does.
Who?
So,
Paul George?
Hold on, let
Yes.
me pop my fucking collar.
yes, yeah, I saw it the other day. I looked it up. He's probably surpassed us already, but we were ahead.
already.
Yeah, all
probably.
you can push a button,
Yeah.
right by us. Did you guys see? I know we're talking a lot of Dodgers, but real quick before we move on, did you guys see the when Kershaw won his he passed the record for most wins as a Dodger, and Freddie Freeman gave a fucking speech.
Ooh.
That's crazy.
Dude. It was like
Was it good?
they interviewed Kershaw and they're like, "What was the best part?" He's like, "Honestly," he goes, "these things don't mean much to me, but he goes, when Freddie got up and made the speech that he did, and they had champagne. It was after the game, right after the game. I think Barnes made a speech, Muncy, and then Freddie Freeman came on, and he just like Freddie Freeman, dude,
In the locker room?
in the locker room, and he's like, I've played against you, now playing with you. I could honestly say that you not only are the best pitcher I've ever been around, but you're the best human. You care about people, what you do. It was a really cool moment. Like, being huge fans of sports that we are.
Right.
Those are the types of conversations.
I love Kershaw.
That you want to be like a fly on the wall,
Yeah,
and we
yeah.
get to see that, and it's
Yeah.
really fucking cool. And I didn't hate Freddie Freeman, but I was like, fuck, I hate that fucker. He's so good.
Because he's good.
Oh, he's so good.
But man, he's jumped levels for me as a person, as an athlete, and man, I don't have very many, jerseys of anybody, but Freddie, man, he's the real fucking deal. Freddie Freeman.
Yeah.
And to get back to the point, that's why I think the Dodgers are succeeding, because it's not talent over San Diego.
No, it's not talent over a lot of teams.
Yeah.
The fill-in spots that they have, Like, yeah, you can see the talent. Okay. Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman.
Yeah.
Outside of that, the other guys, look at the other guys. Like Max Muncy is hitting home runs, but hasn't always been the most talented guy.
No.
Yeah.
Right? And he's hitting like 240 or 250, right around there. So the kid Outman, yeah, he's a rookie. He's a young guy. All the young guys playing, all those dudes. So yeah, it's.
Let's go to the East, where you had the Phillies making.
Oh, they're fucking.
And I by the way, I agreed with you.
Oh, I know. That's where we went south. Those fucking dudes.
I know Trey Turner had an amazing day today. He hit a walk-off home run to bring them back, and everyone was like, maybe this is it. Maybe they'll start playing now. Because that roster, again, unbelievable.
Loaded.
Really, really good roster.
Well, they just added Trey.
And where are they at in the East? Or
They're fourth. So the Braves are up top, Mets, Marlins, Phillies, and the Nationals. The Phillies are 7 games behind.
The Marlins is the surprising roster, and that'll fall off. Because Alcantara, whatever, he hasn't pitched. He's pitched terrible this year, actually.
Yeah.
So he struggled last year, Cy Young. I think the Phillies will get it going soon. I think they will get it going. The Braves are just the team that they don't mess around. The Mets will be done soon too.
Braves I'm so shocked the Braves have hung around this long.
The Braves have talented roster.
Oh no, the Braves are. I'm surprised the Mets.
Oh, the Mets.
The Mets have hung around.
And then in the Central, we got Brewers on top with the Pirates, Cubs, Cardinals, and the Reds.
The Cardinals again. You had Cardinals winning a lot of games.
They fucking were like 10-23.
That doesn't make a lot of sense either.
Manager, there you have to fire. It's going to get to a point where if he doesn't win this year, they fire him and bring in Yachty.
Yachty needs to be the guy.
Yeah.
He needs to be the guy.
He doesn't speak very good English, but it's good enough.
It doesn't matter.
It's good enough.
There's a ton of that.
It's good enough, brother.
Dude, when you talk about great managers, especially in European soccer, a lot of them don't fucking speak the language that these guys do.
Well, that's different. Those guys actually in Europe, a lot of the guys speak Spanish.
Football is the world's language.
Yeah, a lot of the guys speak Spanish. Like, you'd fucking interview Luka Modric, who's Croatian. That motherfucker's fluent in Spanish.
No way.
Fluent
Americans
in Spanish.
We're so stupid.
Oh, yes, Americans are.
I'm looking at about that action shirt. That looks really familiar.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? We'll talk about that off camera.
It's a badass shirt.
We'll talk about that off camera. That's not a new drop, right?
No, it's a sample.
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah,
I got it.
Let's get to the AL.
Let's go to the American League.
So in the East, in the American League, we got the Rays on top, the Orioles,
They've been awesome. The
Yankees, Red Sox, and Blue Jays.
The Rays have been
The
awesome.
Rays are the surprise of baseball, correct?
The Rays just beat the Blue Jays yesterday, 20-1.
No, the
other
Blue
day.
Jays beat them 20-1.
Oh, okay.
But then today, Tampa came out, and that McClanahan guy, man, he can pitch. Fuck. And he gets all the run support.
I mean,
Like, guys, if you're watching, if you're gambling on baseball, McClanahan is a -1.5 dude every fucking time, I think.
really though.
My God.
Well, go ahead and ring that fucking bell.
I'm giving you
Anytime you see that name,
every time you see McClanahan going, -1.5, don't be shy.
Bang bang.
Don't be shy about it. Pull the trigger, man. They score runs for that. Today was 5, I think it was 5-0 in the second.
Damn.
Or in the third.
So let's go to the Central because I want to save the AL West. For the West.
in Central, we got the Twins on top, Tigers, Guardians, White Sox, and then the Royals.
The ones that shocked me are the Tigers. I thought they were one of the worst teams in baseball.
Yeah.
And that's shocking that they're even in it. Minnesota, what's the lead in that division?
Minnesota's.
What's the lead in?
How
in
many
that?
games they
It's
have?
they're up 3 games.
On Detroit?
Yeah.
Minnesota's played well.
They have a good. I like their lineup.
Once Byron Buxton gets in full time, like the other
He's a
day,
stud.
oh my God,
Monster.
man, he had so much hype.
God,
The minute they drafted him, and it's always been like he's coming, and
He's here.
he's here, he's here. If he can get fully healthy, the
Yeah.
other night I was watching him against the Angels, and they pinch hit for him late in the game. And I was like, what the fuck?
Estúpido.
So then they actually said, I was watching on the Twins network, and they said that there was he had a problem with his leg.
I was gonna say someone had a brain fart. Or
No.
a brain aneurysm.
The manager of the Twins is Rocco Baldelli.
Yeah.
He used to play for Tampa Bay.
I thought he was gonna say
One of the first Tampa Bay Rays, man.
I thought you were going to say he's part of the Cosa Nostra family. So let's get down to the division that I love to talk shit about the most.
AL West.
AL West, Papa, because we have a humongous bet on the line going forward about a certain Japanese. But go ahead. What's the standings?
So we got the Rangers up top,
That's
Astros, Angels, Mariners, and Athletics all the way at the bottom.
So
what are the
I
numbers?
I need their records.
Okay, so the Rangers are 31-18.
Very impressive.
Ooh,
Wow.
nice.
Very impressive. Haney's been very good, by the way.
Astros are 28-21, so 3 games behind. The Angels are 27-23, 4.5 games behind. The Mariners
They
are
have a winning
24-24, 6.5 games behind. And the A's are 10-40.
How many games are the Angels back?
They
4.5.
They should be
4.5 games back.
What?
4.5 games
Oh,
back,
the
buddy.
Angels.
The Angels.
Oh, I thought we were
yeah.
talking about that. I'm like,
No,
so
the A's
listen, are they considered to be in the race because you're 4.5 games back?
It's early, but they're in the race. 50 games into the season, they're in the race.
But you look at those teams. And I mean, listen, Houston's in second, and that we all picked Houston to be in the fucking World Series.
Yeah, I think we did.
Yeah, we all picked Houston to be there, and for Texas to show up and show out, they spent some money.
They spent money,
And they look good.
and DeGrom hasn't been amazing yet.
I think he's just through some. He'll be back soon.
They spent money last year and this year.
If you're Shohei Ohtani's agent, you at least have to say we're going to test the market. We got to test the market, and that's that at the very least.
I saw something on Bleacher Report that he said that, I don't know if it was his said it or someone associated with him, but he said he does want to come to the Dodgers. Or like that's where he's looking.
There's so many fucking rumors. There's so many rumors about that.
I don't
can't
believe
wait to see
any of-
I can't wait to see Rafa in a little Dodger uniform.
Full uniform.
100%.
Full uniform.
With the helmet.
Oh,
Who the fuck wears a helmet?
We didn't say
Have you
helmets.
ever fucking played baseball?
We didn't
Who
say-
the fuck? What are you, John Olerud? This motherfucker's
Rafa's
John.
gonna show up in full catcher gear.
Oh my god!
I can hear the clicking, click, click, click.
Who the
click,
fuck
click.
wears a helmet? Oh my
better-
god! What are you? Stop watching fucking
Better-
bench warmers.
Better,
Fucking A.
better than that. Do you guys? I remember this. Do you remember that Padre pitcher?
Clip that, by the way.
Yes. Do you remember?
Please.
Do you remember that Padre pitcher who wore the extra large? He was a pitcher and he wore this huge hat.
Yeah, because he got fucking.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
You got beamed in the head?
Yes,
I don't remember who it was.
it's kind of
man,
a
that's
thing now.
funny.
There's those hats now that people wear.
yeah, that
It's
shit
like-
looks stupid.
If we can get
They make
Rafa,
hats?
if we can get Rafa one of those hats,
That'd be
Papa.
so
Oh
funny.
my god!
Oh my god.
That's the bet though, right? If Shohei Ohtani,
Is a
Because
Dodger.
a Dodger.
His first game, the first game as a Dodger,
you guys are showing up in full gear.
full uniform.
Full
But he's got to
uniform.
do it.
Oh man, yeah.
You got to do it. Full
We
uniform,
have to
cup
have-
and everything.
So we have to. Oh no.
Spikes and everything, cleats and everything.
No, you can't go to medals at Dodger
Yeah,
Stadium.
yeah.
I'll wear
Oh,
turfs
'cause
though.
We'll never make
Shank?
it. We'll never make it through the security.
I'll wear Mike Trout turfs. I got a couple pairs of those.
So we have to have a camera because people.
Oh,
be
of course.
Like,
Are you kidding? We'll take Eddie Money with us. He can film the
Shit, yeah, I'm going to. I'm filming it. We're
the
both
whole
filming
thing.
it.
The whole thing.
So let's
man.
finish off the segment and let's go over percentages. Does Shohei stay an Angel?
I say no.
I say no, and I don't think he comes to the Dodgers. I don't think the Dodgers gives him $600 million.
I don't think he comes to the Dodgers either.
I don't think he does it.
But I don't think he stays an Angel. Not at this point.
I don't think so either.
I need to see when we get to September what's going on.
It's just too much of a risk to pay a dude who's pitching, and everyone knows it's a matter of time before you have to have Tommy John surgery.
The last start, his last start was very good. And
Was
he
it
had
good?
struggled the starts before. He had a couple tough starts. The last one was very good.
What do you think of these odds? So this is via Sportsline odds makers on which team Ohtani will be playing for opening day 2024.
Break it down, Eddie Money.
Dodgers are plus 300 favorite. Giants plus 400. Angels plus 500.
Wow.
Mariners plus 600.
Goal! Sorry, guys. That said
4
Florida
seconds left?
with 4 seconds left. Sorry, Eddie Money.
Wow.
Sorry, Eddie Money. 4.3 seconds
They
left.
scored with 4.3 seconds left.
Florida nails it. Nails
Wow.
it. At home, they probably sweep the series. They were on a power play, which is crazy. And there's nothing Fredzilla can do there.
Wow.
What a goal.
Damn, Florida.
If you guys don't watch playoff hockey,
There's nothing better.
You're missing.
100%. I guarantee you don't want. There's nothing
It
better.
doesn't
than
matter.
playoff.
Just start watching it.
It's great.
Just gamble on it.
it's great.
Fucking gamble on
Put
it.
$100 on it. I guarantee you'll start earning
Or 10.
or
$10.
a unit. A unit.
We don't unit
One
shame,
unit.
all right? We don't unit shame.
Yeah. We don't unit shame. So whatever your one unit is, just throw a unit on it.
Yeah.
Look at this beauty right in front of the net.
Wow.
Anyways, go ahead, Eddie Money. I'm sorry.
I had Mariners at plus 600, Mets plus 700, Padres 800, and Yankees plus 1,000.
So who's the favorite?
Dodgers at
the
plus 300.
Dodgers are the
Plus 300 and then
And then, you want me to
Angels.
just do the list again?
Yes.
do this.
Okay. So Dodgers favorite at plus 300, Giants plus 400, Angels plus 500, Mariners plus 600.
Seattle's in there, bud. Seattle is in there.
listen.
So my comment is not out of this world.
Listen, I'm wearing this beautiful sweatshirt. Fuji baseball is there's a thing. I didn't know this. So this is a historical.
I try to explain it to him.
Historical. In the Northwest, there was a lot of Asians, and they started this. It's a baseball culture.
Asian Americans.
Asian Americans, whatever.
Chinos.
I didn't. Yeah, whatever. My dad would say something.
Chinos.
No, he would say Orientals. I can't
Okay.
stand. I can't stand when people say Oriental.
I like chinos.
Well,
When you go to a store and you're going to buy something and they own it, you say, oh, Chino, how much is this? They respond, oh, 22.
maybe 20 years ago. 20 years ago.
Bro, listen, I used to have a radio shop. I used to buy from a Korean. Used to go to his warehouse. Hey, Chino, how much is this? First time I went, he goes, I know Chino, I'm Korean. I go, bro, you're Chino. I'm Mexican, you're Chino. That's what it is.
How are you going to tell him?
Yeah.
Give a fuck what I told them. They confuse you for Mexican all the time,
He's
I'm
like,
sure.
sir, you are not Korean. You are Chino. Yes. We have to give Rafa some.
Chino in Spanish means Asian eyes.
Yeah,
We're going to
yeah.
have to give Rafa some sensitivity training. Seriously.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
Okay. All right. This is not Target. Let's not get crazy.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Okay, so that is our breakdown. I don't think he's going to be a Dodger. I do think he's going to leave.
And be a Mariner?
I think
And then we can play my clip over and over and over again?
if I'm San Francisco, because the Japanese League Giants, they're a huge team over there.
Chamuri.
And I think Giants and Mets and the Yankees I think they'll pull it off. I don't think the Dodgers, they're going to try to outsmart themselves and not pay him. Like, I told you he was going to get hurt 6 years down the road. Right? It's like, no, dude. It's like, if
Well, like Bryce Harper, sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
Bryce Harper had Tommy John. So he's not playing the field, but he's hitting.
yeah.
So
I mean, listen, if he was to come to the Los Angeles Dodgers, the tickets, you would have to pay $500 for the cheap
yeah.
seats. Because
no,
it is what it
that'll
is.
never happen.
No,
Dodger Stadium, that'll never
but
happen.
I'm over exaggerating, as my wife
A
would
little
say.
bit.
But
But you can't go see Otani for $5 like we were saying right now.
No.
yes,
No.
yes. You can't.
Are there
bring it
still $5 tickets at Dodger Stadium?
Oh, dollar tickets.
at
What?
at Angel Stadium?
Yeah.
The fuck there are.
If you bring some 6-pack of Mountain Dew crushed, they'll let you in. You can sit in the dugout.
I don't got $1, but I have a 6-pack, so.
So that is our major league breakdown. We're gonna take a small break. Can you give me 2.5, Papa? 2.5
I can't.
minutes.
You should tell me before. I would do them before.
Okay, 2 minutes. Here we go.
2 minutes.
So we are back, and of course, Eddie's not back.
So we are. Eddie asked for 2.5 minutes. Let's see how long it takes him to get back.
Last time I said 3.
So
That was a crazy win.
great game, guys. You guys got to watch hockey.
Playoff hockey's the
And
best.
playoffs, bro. There's nothing better. You have the way they constructed the playoffs a little bit this year. Now it's like they take the 8 seed and make them a 4. They break them up
really?
into 2 brackets. Yeah, what they used to do before was they used to do 1 through 8.
Yeah.
And then they'd reseed after every round.
Oh.
So the 1 wouldn't play the 4 if the 7 beat the 2.
Yeah.
Then they would play the 7.
Ah, it's interesting. I didn't know
So
that.
they did it this way a little bit so that they don't have to go through the whole reseeding and
Yeah.
all that. And then Vegas is up 3-0. Tomorrow they play Dallas to clinch.
Love
If
it.
Vegas makes it, I will be at one of the Stanley Cup
I
Finals
want to
games.
go to one of those.
I will be there one of those thanks to the win. My host already told me she will be taking care of that.
Nice.
So I had tickets for Game 5 of the Oilers series. My buddy Wally went.
Ebbets flannels, G'd up freaking
Check them out.
G'd up freaking spot. You guys want some?
That's a sweet sweater.
You guys want some hot freaking gear, man? Go to ebbetsflannels.com. Expensive. It's not cheap,
But it's very nice.
but badass gear, man. I'm telling you right now. So
Guys, I've had a couple Happy Dads. They don't sponsor this, but we're going to clip this because I'm having a Black Cherry Happy Dad. Haven't tried it, by the way.
how we doing over there, Eddie Money? So
Ooh, that Black Cherry. Jay, are you stopped drinking already?
No, I got the Coors. I'm not a fan of the seltzers.
I just like a Happy Dad.
Shout-
I like the guys. I like the Nelk
Yeah,
boys. That's the thing.
Shout out to Rafa's wife. She got a whole case of Costa Brown. If you guys like red wine, they have the most amazing Pinots you've ever tasted in your life. And Rafa was nice enough to share one with me.
Jackie hasn't had one yet.
Oh my God, so fucking good.
My wife hasn't had one. You're
My
here
wife?
putting them
My wife.
down.
Yes.
So maybe we'll bring
my
one
wife.
for dinner. Or
Can I
two for dinner.
smoke another one of these?
I'm smoking. I left you that one because I only brought 3. So I left you that one. I'm smoking
Okay.
one of these.
I gotta smoke another
Did you like
one
that?
of these. Oh, did I like it? I was burning
yeah.
my fingers over here.
Imagine smoking that thing there.
Dude.
Listening to music.
Rafa bought these from Miami.
Guantanamera. They make their own cigars.
Yep.
And they have their an amazing little selection there.
One of Celia Cruz's most famous songs.
Guantanamera.
Yes.
There you go.
I used to, every time I get drunk around my in-laws, I always...
You go full Puerto Rican?
I sing Ed Talavera. And then I go, Juanita Ed Talavera. Juanita Ed Talavera.
Oh, I love it.
Yes, I sing. I sing horribly. So,
Horrible.
horrible.
So what are we doing? Jay's gonna get hot in this segment.
So listen, we're going NBA, which we have been getting a lot of NBA love, hate. I don't know what you call it.
No, they hate us. Well, they hate me.
Oh no, they hate me as well.
They hate me because I hate Kobe.
You got some love back on your underrated Lakers. I didn't see anybody arguing with that besides Rafa.
Yeah, that didn't go as bad as I thought it would. Well, I didn't think it was gonna go bad,
'Cause the
but
fan-
it was fine.
I look at it differently. I'm of a very strong belief that if you have your number retired, at some point you've been appreciated.
Well, I think. Go ahead. Eddie.
No, go ahead.
Well, I think we used the wrong word. Not
I said
underrated.
undervalued.
We should have said underappreciated.
But that's the same thing.
Because you're James Worthy.
James Worthy is
I
bro.
agree because he's not talked about. It's always Magic and Kareem. That's
Dude,
how I take it.
Well, because you are, the guys that I'm older than you. So guys that I always hang out with older people. So, Heinz, Eddie's, older.
Yes. I have children as old as fucking Rafa. By the way, I have a child as old as Rafa.
I hang out with older people, and they watch those Laker teams, and they will always tell you that, they swear that if Worthy played in that Bulls series, they would have beat the Bulls.
Yeah.
They swear that. So I don't ever hear anyone say, oh, Worthy, blah, blah, blah. I always hear praise from Worthy. Always. Now, one guy that was crazy to me that you didn't have on your list was Derek Fisher.
I did have
He did.
Derek Fisher.
Oh, you had Fisher on
number
your
four.
list?
Yeah.
Oh,
He was
okay. Yeah.
number
Fisher for me is a must on
Oh,
that
for
list.
sure. For sure.
100%. And when you actually, and I went through it, and when you look at the numbers of that team, the Shaq Kobe teams, well, the guys who played the most minutes on that team, besides Shaq and Kobe, Rick Fox, Derek
Fox.
Fisher, Robert Ory.
Yeah.
Those guys, those 3 years, those were the dudes.
They ended the game.
Then they started.
Yeah.
There's nobody who played even close to 36 minutes, which is what Fisher was
Yeah.
playing.
Yeah.
Like nobody.
So let me explain myself, okay, real quick, because I understand where Rafa was coming from. I get a lot of people's point. They're like, how can you say they're the most underrated if they have their name in the rafters? Which I agree. But let's talk to, we have two younger gentlemen right here, right? You guys are you even 21 yet?
We're the same age. We're all three of us born on the same day.
You
September
got the
13th?
same birthday too.
Jesus Christ.
That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
That's freaking crazy.
Bro.
What the heck?
I didn't know that. That's freaking crazy.
We're taking Eddie Money when he turns 21 to Vegas, by the way.
So when you hear, we got to take Big John now.
Big John's not going to be
He's
here.
in Iowa.
Oh
Maybe
man.
during my season.
Oh, I was gonna say.
We'll make that up Christmas break.
Yeah. So here's my explanation, because I do understand the argument that how can you say they're the most underrated if they have their name retired, number retired in the rafters, which I agree. But here's how I looked at it, because I looked at it as who were the most influential Lakers that were a part of championships, that they weren't the X factor. They weren't the main guys that people talk about. Like James Worthy. You guys don't know a lot. I'm assuming James Worthy is not a huge name in your Laker
Vernacular.
I can't speak for him, but my grandpa is like an old head Lakers. Like his favorite player is Jerry West, and then he just kept watching it.
Yeah.
Since then. So I'm a big time Laker fan. So I like to, or should I would think I would know just about
Yeah.
everyone, like main players.
like go ahead.
So I know a lot of the history and like role players, stuff like that, but I don't know about John.
Big John, like, is James Worthy, like, we're trying to put,
So what you're saying is younger people don't
how
appreciate
important
those guys
He
were.
basically just not talked about. It's just Kareem and Magic. That's how I
Well,
took it.
Kareem, if we talk, because when you talk Lakers, there's so much history, right?
Yeah.
But Kareem and Magic are
But here's
two of
the
the
thing.
8 best players ever.
Yeah.
in
Kobe.
those
Right?
80s,
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
those 1980 championships, Kareem wasn't number 2. James Worthy, he might have been number
Well,
2.
it was
in a couple-
Kareem was number 1, and Worthy was the second scoring
Yes,
option.
yes. Like, that's how important James Worthy was. And yes, his name is retired. But like Richard Dice, his favorite player, his favorite Laker of all time is James Worthy.
By the way, James Worthy, and I'm guilty of that. By the way, I always thought that when they named the NBA 50, I always thought that James Worthy and Kevin McHale should not have been on that list.
Which is ridiculous.
Which is right. Which is why I know.
Which
Which is why I was like, oh, I gotta watch fucking
tells
James
you a
Worthy,
lot
because
about-
I didn't appreciate James
Yeah.
Worthy until you watch and you see all
like,
all of that.
James, and there was some people that commented, and they were like 100% James Worthy.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was so fucking good.
But I feel like those guys that you listed as well could have been like, okay, the next 5 dudes up for the Lakers, those could have
True.
been
True.
without Fisher.
There's so many.
Wilkes, Goodrich, Worthy.
Yeah.
Without Fisher or Cooper, those would be the next best Lakers, right?
Yeah.
So
there's a
it
lot
mixed
of
emotions for
Listen,
me there.
There's a lot of gray area. Listen, this is why we put these lists. By the way, love the interaction. Please giving it to us. This is why we're talking about it, because it's awesome.
Oh, they give
And-
it to us all right.
And
a lot
And we
of
accept
fucking
it.
people.
We accept it.
we accept it, but it's awesome to have these conversations. And James Worthy, man, he was just an integral part. The whole Powell, like how Powell he's in the rafters. How without Powell, Kobe isn't
They don't win any of those
exactly
any of those 2
and
titles.
That's why
Yeah.
he was my number
Not
2.
one.
That's why he was my number 2. So it's
Fisher also part of those teams.
I
by the way.
love
Yeah.
I love the conversation. I love sparking the conversation. But let's get into our NBA. Our NBA, Papa. What do
So I want to touch on this last game
Oh,
4, right? That Jay said LeBron was terrible, right? That's what you said. What were your exact words
But
after the game?
He
What
said
did
so
you
much
say?
shit.
What'd I say?
You talked so much shit. So I want to know, was it LeBron was terrible? I can't,
When
blah,
you
blah,
look
blah.
when you look at this series,
Yeah.
who do you blame?
Number 1 and number 2, A and D, Anthony Davis.
Okay.
For sure. It's not even, coming from me, I'm not putting this all on LeBron.
But you have him as 3 and 4 and 5 and 6.
I think, look, you're the superstar of the team. I think he underplayed. I think we all can. The fuck?
There he is. Oh, that's the mom.
That's the dad.
That's the dad.
He came to bang. We got a cockfight in here.
That's crazy.
No, yeah. So look, AD. For,
Guys,
Yeah,
it's just
all
a
right.
bird. We're fucking son of Falcon.
AD.
Or a hawk.
AD, for sure. But LeBron,
tag that shit.
LeBron,
Clip it.
LeBron is
Bloopers.
to blame. I think he went all gung ho on for the first. I think he had 6 or how many points in the fourth quarter? He was just gassed out. He went all out.
He's been
in
the first half?
He's been
So-
gassing in the fourth quarter.
So this is what I wanted to address LeBron in the series, right? So in game 1, when they make that huge comeback and blah, blah,
Yeah.
at the end of the game, terrible decision making by LeBron. And I always commend him on, and a lot of people say that he's by far the smartest player that's ever played the game.
Yeah.
Highest basketball IQ, blah, blah, blah. At the end of that game, he shouldn't have shot that 3 in game 1.
Yes.
The last
They're
two
down
threes.
3. Well, they're down 3 at that moment. It was 126,
Yeah.
123.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have shot that 3. That was 1. In game 4, he should have been more aggressive in the third quarter. Now, what I thought on him not being aggressive in the third quarter was they had a lead of 15 points to start the quarter, to start the second half, right? He played the first 24 minutes. He missed the last 3 seconds of the game, went into the locker room, you saw him run off, right?
Yeah.
The last 3 seconds. So he played the first quarter, the first half complete.
Yep.
He played every minute of the game except with the exception of those last 3 seconds of the second quarter.
Yeah.
In the third quarter, when you're watching him, he's thinking, I'm up 15 or we're up 15. Let me see what these guys can do. That's why he's sitting there, because you need him to close. You need him to close because nobody else can close. So him taking a seat there in the third, I'm watching the game and I'm like, dude, you need to get the ball. Like now the lead's 7, it's 5, it's 3.
Okay.
Go get the ball.
Okay.
I think he was trying to save his energy, and he didn't help his team. They could have put away that game in the third. I don't blame
agree.
him. I blame the coach. You call a timeout after Denver scores 5. I call a timeout and I tell him he didn't touch the ball for the first 2 minutes. And I tell him and I tell everyone, listen, we can finish this game now, but you have to run it. Nobody else can run it. You need to do it, LeBron. He doesn't do it. To close the game, you have the ball. You get the ball with 40 seconds. What are you doing standing at the fucking 3-point line? And then to try and find Kyle Korver or Ray Allen. No, motherfucker. That's Austin Reeves.
Yeah.
That's Austin Reeves on a terrible pass. The other thing where I say it's coaching, you had Joker with 5 fouls.
Yes.
He's now switched
it
on
to the
LeBron.
hole.
You could have taken it to the whole, and he should have been.
He did it.
should have
He did it a
fouled
couple
out.
times.
He should have fouled out when he clearly slapped AD across the
yeah.
arms.
Yeah.
Which should have been an N1, but you can't give Joker that foul. I guess they swallowed the whistle.
Yep.
Right? But if and he's dropping back already. You can blow by him or even take the 3. I wouldn't have been mad at you for taking the 3 because you had shot exceptionally well. You had a game where you scored 40. You went 40, 10, and 9. You shot over 55% from the field. You shot well from 3, and you lost the game. And people are blaming you for your last minute of the game.
To me, the whole series in a nutshell was AD sucks. He can't step up as the man that you wanted him to be for the franchise. And LeBron, second half, doesn't have any legs.
He's
In a nutshell, those two things.
But when
I
you
agree
go,
100%.
but when you get to the Western Conference Finals, we can say whatever. I know people don't like to say it. He's still 38 years old, no doubt about it. And you saw in game 1 he was gassed. In game 2 he was gassed. One of the games against the Warriors he was completely gassed.
Yeah, he stopped going down the defense. He just
Bro,
stood
he
there.
couldn't get down there. He's completely gassed. So when you have AD, who's 30 years old, you have Russell, you have 2 max players who are not producing.
Yeah.
Who are not producing. Those are the guys that needed to carry him. Your best player cannot be a 38-year-old guy, no matter how good he is.
I didn't like how LeBron was going off. I almost was like, yes, but even I said in the chat, I was like, I wish he would step a little bit back just because he's going to gas out.
Here's the thing.
And he needs the other players to step up because they're going to need to step up during the whole game.
He played more minutes than everyone in this series. More minutes than any player on that court for either team.
Yeah.
At 38 years old, and he's still, the last game he played, he scored 40 points. You had zero fucking help from your team. You had zero help. No help. AD had, game 3, AD played well. But that's it. You couldn't rebound. Couldn't rebound.
Here's the thing.
In any of the games but game 3.
When AD got brought on, it was everyone saw the writing on the wall. We are bringing AD here, and LeBron even knew this, is that he came here to when LeBron was going to decline, he would be number one.
To take over.
Everyone knows that in Los Angeles, in this country, except for one dude, and that's
AD.
Anthony Davis. It's like he wants to play second fiddle, but that's not what he was here for. Everyone, Charles Barkley, Kenny Anderson, not Anderson,
Smith.
Kenny Smith. Everyone knows what he was brought here for. That LeBron had 2 years of being the guy,
Yeah.
and then AD would take the torch, and then go with it from there. And this is why I don't want AD on this team anymore, but this is why he will be, is because they've bonded so much, is that I think LeBron at this point won't be like, he won't disrespect AD and say, dude, I need someone else.
Well, you can't take someone else because AD's still 30 years old. And yeah, he's hurt or whatever, but when he's playing, when he understands, when he doesn't
wasn't
have
hurt. He wasn't hurt in the playoffs. Though,
no, he
Rafa.
he wasn't hurt in the playoffs. But when he's playing low level teams, low level big guys, and he can excel. He struggled in this series because they're a better coach, a better center.
They even took him off Joker. He didn't even have
LeBron
Joker
had to guard Joker for a while.
He didn't even have the responsibility.
And Hachimura.
Yes, if I'm on the bench, I'm like,
He became invisible defensively.
Well, and offensively, he struggled mightily. I mean, he missed 2 wide open threes. What was that, in game 2 or in game 2?
Yeah.
In Denver, he was wide open to take the lead.
And he could make those.
And he didn't. And they were wide open threes. Yeah, he's not a three-point shooter, but he still shoots 32, 33%.
Big John, what are you thinking? You're getting close to the mic. Did you watch the series in Iowa?
Yeah, I did.
So what's your thoughts on this whole AD, LeBron thing?
Well, like game 1, AD dropped 40 points, and that's probably like the best we've seen him do like all playoffs.
Yes.
And like he was playing great defense, like especially when we played against Memphis. People were saying he should have been Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
And that disappeared.
Yep.
Yeah, you come into this game. I think he only had 10 rebounds that first game.
The second game, there's one of the games he had 7 rebounds starting the fourth quarter, and Joker's got 17.
Yeah,
At 7
Bro, the guy doesn't fucking jump.
He's. It seems like he's just yelling at the TV like, why can't you just man up? You're a big man.
And everybody who's ever played basketball, like a little bit, competitively, you're like, fuck, I wish I was 6'10",
Bro,
6'11".
Give me 6 foot.
Give me 6'3".
Give me 6 foot, bro.
I wasn't always this fat.
Shay's like, I'll take 6
But
foot.
fuck, bro, come on, seriously. Dude, I played with dudes who played harder than that guy.
Yeah.
Bro, it's like, but he's a professional. Yeah, I don't give a shit. Bro, you're a professional. It's very frustrating for Laker fans to watch you do that. And Russell, my God. I mean, and there were some games, I might have been game 3. Dude, there were some, what are you doing? You're like, he literally dribbled the ball around for like 8 seconds and shot it. He goes a little bit globetrotter.
Not a fit. It didn't fit that. What they were trying to do.
He fit perfectly fine before.
In Golden State, we don't win that series without him in Golden State. He won that game.
Not.
He won. I mean, everyone wants to talk shit about D'Lo, but without D'Lo, we don't get to that. He played those couple games.
Guys, but to win championships or to make finals, you need to be consistent.
Yes.
You can have a guy go off for one game, fine. Yeah. But when you're a max player, doesn't make you a superstar, but you're a max player. You can't show up and start the game 1 for 9. When you can't.
But trip out on this, Rafa. So every game, it was hilarious. Lakers are changing their starting lineup. We finally figured it out. They changed their fucking lineup
every time.
Every fucking game.
You could even say, well, to me, it seemed like Denver will just almost toying around. It was like, well, yeah, they have a lead. We'll step up. We'll do a little game plan. Cool. We'll take a timeout.
The thing is with Denver, looking at Denver's roster, everyone understands their role.
Yeah.
And when you look at Joker, you can say, to me, in my opinion, I think he's the second smartest player in the league.
He's super smart.
I think he's right behind LeBron with IQ, 100%.
Well,
when you look at him pass the ball and the way the guys move, like dumbass Perkins, the guys, shut the fuck up. This guy passes a shooter the ball in stride, perfect. KCP gets the ball and he's in rhythm.
Man.
KCP.
He's in rhythm. Michael Porter Jr., he's in rhythm.
Yep.
Jeff Green, bro.
How many times do we see Joker be the point running up the floor?
Yes.
Bro, the guy can't
It's
run.
like, oh my God. Like, what are we watching?
Yeah.
Are we watching greatness, Rafa? Because, I mean, he's breaking records that we've never fucking seen. He's demolishing records. He's doing shit
I've never seen before.
I've never seen before.
And-
He's a center
Why is he not getting that praise nationally?
Because he
looks like a
foreigner.
he looks
He's a
like
foreigner.
I was gonna say
Luka gets the praise.
Yeah.
Why doesn't he?
Because he's a big man, maybe?
No, he just looks like a tonto.
He
He looks like a tonto. I don't know how else to put
I
it.
He just doesn't
I
look
think-
like a guy who would be the face of like.
He doesn't want to be the. He doesn't need to
He
be
doesn't
the
want
face.
to be either.
No, I know, but he's not. He doesn't have that appeal. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't.
doesn't have that.
It's
he
not
looks
like.
Because he's white.
You know what he looks like?
Nah, it
Not
just
because
looks
Luka.
so
I mean,
funky.
not even that.
You know
Like,
what he looks like? He looks
They,
like the tallest guy in 4th grade. That was the hugest dork.
He looks like Andy Reid at
Yes, yeah.
at the punt.
He looks like the guy. Like, I wish this guy played good basketball. Our basketball team would be awesome, but he's actually awesome
Yeah.
at basketball.
To me, it bothers me that the Laker fans would literally bash LeBron, and now there's all these posts about LeBron, how he's not top 10 all time, and he's not top 5, and all sorts of stupid shit.
Yeah.
Oh, after the series?
After the series, are you seeing ridiculous things like, oh, he's not top 10 all time? What are you out of our fucking minds?
Yeah, it's stupid.
I mean, it just sucks that him having a bad series.
He didn't have
As
a
a
bad
Laker.
series.
So
he
hey,
didn't have a
okay.
bad series.
He had a bunch of-
if you okay.
Okay,
We can look-
let me retract that statement. Then he didn't play like himself. He gassed out at important times, made bad decision at important times, and you could also say didn't step up at important times. To me,
No, to you that's I agree with you that he made bad decisions at the end of game, which is not like him. Yes.
Yeah.
Did he play bad in the entire series? No. He still shot over 50%. He still made play. He played 48 minutes.
I'm
the
gonna
last
say
game.
this,
He played
and-
44 minutes the game before. I mean, he played 40
I'm gonna,
plus.
I'm going to say this, and it's not a popular opinion. He played like a dude who's 38 and has played 20 seasons in the NBA. LeBron James should not be our number one option to score the basketball.
factual
and that's,
statement.
And that's the fucking issue.
Yeah, I agree.
And
But
we
he knows that though. But he knows
but
that.
no one else wanted to do it.
Nobody.
You know what? Who did? An undrafted free agent. He had the green light. The dude
Every possession.
balled out. He was it was incredible. By the way, I know how to defend Austin Reeves. He's going to pretend to drive to the fucking, and he's going to stop 4 feet away in the
Spin
center and shoot it. He
No,
does it
spin
every,
twice. Spin
Yeah.
twice and then shoot it.
I mean, for an undrafted free agent to have as much of a leeway to do whatever the fuck he wants shows you how lucky the Lakers were.
Yeah.
To even get this fucking.
That last play in Game 4 is drew up for him. If you see the
It-
screen,
right.
it's drew up for Austin Reeves, but it wasn't there, so LeBron has to drive it.
It's do you resign him?
Because you can't spend that money.
Yeah, you can't spend that much.
Okay, when the season started, you looked at the roster, and the roster's not a good roster.
It was gross.
It was not a good roster. So you added Hachimura, Russell, and that's it. Where's your rotation? Is Schroeder? Okay, so you have Schroeder. You're not deep enough. You're not deep enough.
So
you
let's-
don't score enough off the bench. When Denver plugs and plays, Brown, Porter, KCP, dude, the other Brown, the kid from Kansas.
Yeah.
All those guys can play. Jeff Green. All those guys can play. You plugged in the Lakers don't play like that. They cannot shoot. That was from the beginning of the season. They didn't improve the 3-point shooting.
Well, they brought Beasley. Beasley didn't get
Any playing time.
How many minutes?
Didn't
Crazy,
he play
right?
good
Oh,
when he got
Jacob
signed?
drew like posters of Beasley when they traded for him.
Beasley's going to shoot. We all know that. And he never
There was that
sniffed.
streak where they played good, or he actually played good, and then in the playoffs started.
He is what he is.
He wasn't.
You're going to pass him the ball, he's going to fucking shoot the ball, which we needed, by the way. No one wanted to shoot the ball except for Austin Reeves.
Well, and Walker wasn't shy to shoot the ball when he played either.
Yeah.
So if we know our problems now, what do you guys think is the moves that we need to make to
That's what I was
going
going to
into
say,
next
Eddie
season?
Money. So,
The Lakers-
So how do we fix this issue?
You can't. You have three max contracts.
Mr. Negativity.
You have 3 max contracts. You have 3 max contracts. You cannot do shit with them. Literally, you can't get rid of Russell. You have to trade him for another max player. That's how basketball works.
I'm not sure.
Basketball is not baseball.
I'm not sure I want to get rid of Russell, to be honest with you.
Me either.
The one glaring.
Where are you adding then? What are you adding if you don't trade him? Who are you getting rid of? You have
I'm
nothing.
getting rid of Anthony Day-to-Day Davis.
What's your solution so I can? Because
I
he thinks
want-
it's Dame.
I hear it.
I want a number one scorer, an alpha scorer, because LeBron, for years, we've known this. He doesn't give a shit about scoring the basketball. He wants to be a facilitator.
Let me bounce. Let me piggyback off of that. Shows you how great he is that he doesn't care about scoring and is the
doesn't.
all-time leading scorer. The all-time. He's unselfish and he's the all-time.
But am I wrong?
Leading scorer. Not at all.
I don't know.
Not at all.
That's the point. So in those early years when he was playing, he was a dominant. He had to go off in the fourth quarter. That's not who he is now, and that's who he hasn't wanted to be for a long time. We need let's say like well, my first choice is Dame, a dude who wants to take over the
Dame
fourth quarter.
is not. You can't have Russell and Dame.
Okay, so a dude like from the Suns.
Booker.
We need a dude who wants to score.
You know how many Bookers there are?
In the fourth
There's
quarter.
fucking one.
There's Murray. Oh, okay, Cleveland.
The best. You're not getting Donovan Mitchell.
We need a guy like that.
Okay, but those are ones.
He's not like, I would say Jaylen Brown might be up.
That's the only
That's
way.
the only guy that's like up for sale.
But you cannot get any of these guys.
AD
Your
for
money
Jaylen
is
Brown?
Jaylen Brown's number. Okay, Jaylen Brown's a free agent, so you'd have to do a sign and trade. Now, Boston, if they lose this game, do you not pick up AD? Do you not ask for a trade? AD for Jaylen, sign and trade. You sign Jaylen.
I'm so down.
And
for
you
that
sign
shit.
and trade for AD. Horford's on the way out.
Yeah.
You have Williams who wants to play the 5.
Yeah.
AD doesn't want to play the 5.
Nope, never has.
Tatum's a 3. So now, and you have Brogdon. So the Celtics, if you want Brown, you'd have to sign and trade with the Celtics. That makes a ton of sense. It makes a ton of sense.
Who's the rim protector? Who's the big man on the Lakers?
You don't have one, which
Exactly. Lakers
is
are
why
shit after that.
You cannot have 3 max players because your roster sucks.
Yeah, you can't.
Your roster sucks.
I heard today that Pelinka said we want to keep as many of these guys as possible. There's one issue on this team. It's Anthony Day-to-Day Davis.
You think LeBron's going to play like this at 39?
No, he's gonna.
Even if he does, even if
get worse.
even if he excels, he's gonna be 39. That doesn't shy away.
So okay, let's say we have let's say they keep everybody.
You don't even make the playoffs.
You really don't. You don't at all with this team,
Dude.
Why
LeBron.
would you say that?
Because LeBron's gonna be 39, dude.
but still with the AD as mediocre. Let's say he plays mediocre, not sucky, not bad at dominating like he does. Let's say he does mediocre. You have Reeves getting better.
The Suns will have
Rui.
the Suns will have Durant and Booker. Okay.
Okay.
So and then you have the Suns. You have New Orleans. You have Denver. You have the Clippers.
We're still going to be a good defensive team.
They're still going to be a good.
How good were they defensively in the series? They allowed 120 points.
Yeah, they were bad in this.
Because
Series.
So-
LeBron wants to go Superman every game and play 48 minutes.
Dude.
You can't do that.
Pelinka said he wanted to keep the young core, which is I would say that
Who's the young core?
That was what he said.
Everybody besides
Who
LeBron.
the fuck is young core?
Rui,
Rui's 25.
Is he a free agent?
I hope not.
If he's a free agent, goodbye.
No, I don't think so.
No, he's not.
No, he's not. We traded for him.
No.
He has a couple years.
We can keep Lonnie. He's 24. Vanderbilt's also 24. Reeves is 24, but I don't think we keep him. And then we have Tony Brown, 23. Max Christie, 20.
No good. Those two guys are no good.
Oh, yeah, of course. I think they have a decent squad.
I do too.
To me personally.
Dude,
But we need an alpha scorer. And we don't have one. And you can't ask LeBron. The fact that LeBron took that last shot, I think it was a bad move. And you said that was set up for Reeves. He needed a driving kick to somebody.
That's.
But you know what? He's heard so many people talk shit about him. Oh, look at
I don't think that's what it is.
He heard me.
The play before when they settled for the pass to the corner and then they had to inbound and they didn't even get a fucking shot off. That play when Joker switched to him is when he should have drove to the basket for the layup or the foul.
Yeah.
That should have happened 100%. Another thing is when you're 38 years old, yeah, we praise him because he does shit at 38 because we've never seen it. And I know it hurts you, but we've never seen a guy at 38 years old put up the numbers that man has put on.
It's not even
That's
close.
the bottom line.
Maybe Kareem.
That's the thing. No.
Kareem scored a lot.
Check Kareem's stats at 38. I probably didn't even score 24 a game. When you see what he does every night, that's the problem with Laker fans, Kobe fans.
Do you, I mean, in terms of seeing the outcome, or even during the whole series, him gassing out and playing that many minutes, do you think he needed to play those minutes?
Of course.
Or he could have
easy peasy. I'll give you the easiest
took
answer.
a 3 minute break, timeout.
I'll tell you when. 83-82. Game 3. They're up 83-82. LeBron goes to the bench in 50 seconds. He goes to the bench. Denver scores 2 threes in 50 seconds.
Yeah.
You can't take him out. You could not take him out because he's so smart on defense as well. He may not play it all the time, but don't forget that you watched him fucking sprint from one end of the floor to the other. He's so smart that he knew what was happening out there.
I don't think he managed his time well.
He couldn't sit, Jay.
They had leads.
Okay.
Almost every game.
He tried.
Besides the first one.
Here we go.
Kareem had averaged 21.9 points in the playoffs at 38.
Damn.
21. Come on.
So what do we do?
What did LeBron average? That's solid. It's not LeBron.
What if he retires?
He's not. Okay, let me address that real quick.
Let's talk about retiring.
I'm going to address it real quick, and then
another option.
You can shut it down real quick.
No, there's another option after the retaring option. Colin Coward said, which is ridiculous.
He's an idiot.
God, yeah.
I think that. Well, I don't know what he said, but I have two opinions on it. The one is he. There's no way he's retiring. He's hogging up the attention. Okay, like Kobe did on draft night that year. He wanted to be traded. Same thing. He's hogging up the attention after getting swept. He's so good. He's an iconic player. Kareem did it. He announced his retirement. He went around everywhere. LeBron's going to do that. They'll probably have a ceremony in Miami. They'll have a ceremony in Cleveland for him. And every arena that he goes to, they're going to have a ceremony.
The farewell tour.
100%.
So he's not going to retire.
So he's not going to retire. The other thing is, which I don't know what Coward said, but I also thought he could retire for 1 year and then come back. Did he say that?
No. He didn't say that. But I've heard that, which makes a lot of sense. I would
take a break.
I would take 1 year break. Listen, he's a family man, 100%. I think it's a great idea. Actually, I think he should take a year off, follow Bronny at USC. Listen, my opinion on Bron is that he loves the camera. He's had it on him since 16 years old, and he's been probably the most scrutinized, most covered athlete in the last 20 years. I don't think that's even...
He's been the most covered athlete of all time.
It's not even close. There's not even a number 2.
No, all time. Forget the last 20 years.
I'm thinking Muhammad Ali and him. Like
you have to remember the amount of cameras we have now.
Yes. It's not even close.
Everyone has a camera.
He came in at that time.
By the way...
Perfect timing.
By the way...
A little bit.
For me, I would actually like him to retire because he's never going to be what he was. And he's still going to get... People are still going to
bash on him.
They're still going to bash on him. And unless he gets an alpha scorer on his team, and until he can play the number 2 role...
He's okay with playing number 2.
I know.
Always.
I agree. But he's not... We thought AD could be the number 1.
He
can't. So if you're not going to give him a Dame, a Murray...
Dame is not the solution for him, period. Those small point guards are not the solution.
What do you think are the solutions for the Lakers, realistically?
Realistically, none.
Realistically, I believe there's none.
None.
Unless you can trade Russell, which I don't think anybody's going to give you anything worth anything that you would want for Russell. Your roster's too thin. You cannot shoot the three. You cannot shoot the three consistently. Let's look at the teams that are still in this thing. Boston shot over 60% at one point yesterday from the three-point line, which is why they won that game. Miami has consistently hit the three. Martin, Strus, Vincent, Lowry.
I've heard a great stat on that.
All those guys have hit the threes.
You know, I'm
on the Miami.
I got a stat for that.
I got a stat for that. Miami was the worst 3-point shooting team
in the regular season.
And
in the playoffs, they're on fire.
They're number one.
On fire.
So Eddie, while he's going off real quick, pull up Colin Cowherd's rant or on LeBron.
I think
quick. No, but go on. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
So if you can't shoot the three, which we knew this the year before, and we knew it this year going in, and you added pieces, Hachimuro's not a 3-point shooter.
Nope.
He's a mid-range player. He's a very good player and a very good defender.
Oh yeah.
And he's actually a pretty intelligent player. Reeves is more of a. I don't think he's a spot-up shooter, which is what you need.
He's a playmaker. He's a driver.
He's a playmaker. You can look at it as he's a scorer. A scorer.
Yeah.
If you look at it, he can drive to the basket. He can hit a turnaround shot.
Yeah.
He can hit the three. He can hit from anywhere.
Diamond in the rough.
Yes, he's a scorer. I believe he's a scorer. I don't think he's a pure shooter.
Agreed.
When you look at Denver, KCP is a pure shooter.
Oh, pure.
He's a 3-and-D.
Yes.
All right? He's a 3-and-D. Troy Brown, 3-and-D.
Yep.
Yeah.
Michael Porter can shoot the mid-range, can drive to the basket, can shoot the three. All those guys can shoot the three. Look at the Celtics. Williams is out there shooting threes. Brown had a terrible game, and they won yesterday by whatever the fuck it was. And Brown was horrible yesterday, and he's been horrible in these playoffs.
It seems Denver's that perfect team that each player complements each other. Especially when you have Joker.
Right.
It's so perfectly orchestrated.
But when we look at the teams that have won the titles over the last handful of years, which is why I told you that to me, all these players are so much better. The average player today is so much better than the average player in 1990. Because 90% of the league can shoot 30+% from three.
Oh, of course.
Doesn't matter their position. You take guys in the 90s, Isaiah couldn't shoot the three. Bill Laimbeer couldn't shoot, period. Rick Mahorn, anybody on Detroit. Jordan couldn't shoot the three. So that's a fact. So those guys couldn't shoot the three. The game has advanced to that.
Bill Laimbeer could shoot the three.
Oh, yeah, okay. Three Coors Light at fucking halftime.
Listen, I watched that shit. It was frustrating when Bill Laimbeer shot the three. It's like, why is that guy shooting threes? And he didn't.
So
I lived through that.
Those guys, is the different game. You have to look at who won the title last year? Well, the Warriors. We know the fuck they
Warriors,
can shoot. When Milwaukee won the title, they were able to shoot the three effectively.
So Eddie Money, do you have?
I have a quick clip.
Yes, listen to this shit, Rafa. Listen to this shit.
The league is finally kind of ready to move off LeBron. Steph's the biggest TV draw. Here comes Victor Wembanyama. LeBron is still great for a half, like last night, or spurts. But there's 4 or 5 guys consistently who are better. And isn't LeBron too big and too regal for a cheesy retirement tour? It's nice and everything, but this is like the best basketball player in the history of the world.
I like that.
A retirement tour. What are they going to give him? A cowbell in Sacramento? I mean, come on. It's LeBron James.
Earlier in the quote, he said, I got the full thing, but essentially he said it would be clean, a perfect time to retire. Even the great Michael Jordan, what a clunky ending it was. LeBron broke Kareem's record. They just beat Steph in the dynasty out west in the Warriors. He had a great last game. They exceeded expectations. And Anthony Davis just had his longest stretch of healthy basketball as a Laker. Is that going to last? Not to be cynical, but if AD crumbles down in December or January during a 2-week stretch, you're going to have LeBron carrying the group of guys. It would be kind of a sad ending, wouldn't it?
Well,
Go ahead.
Find the part where he says LeBron should join the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, I thought that was the part. Yeah.
I agree with. What
That
I don't agree
made
with.
a lot of sense what he said there.
That made a lot of sense. And obviously he admitted, and he's a Jordan guy, that LeBron's the greatest of all time.
Yeah,
which is what a lot of guys who covered Jordan have trouble saying. right? I don't agree with. I think LeBron is a camera whore. I think he really is. Like Eddie said, I think he wants the tour.
I do too.
Kobe got the tour, and he's saying, well, you know, the last couple of years of Jordan were terrible. Yeah, dude, LeBron just played at 38 and had an amazing season.
Yeah.
He's not 4 or 5 of the best players in the league right now, but he's still top 10 in the league.
Scoring over 30 in the fucking regular season.
Dude, he's still one of the 10 best players in the league today. Jordan, Kobe, Kareem, none of those dudes at their end, Magic, none of them were.
Oh, is this the trade of Wiggins, Kuminga, and Jordan Poole for LeBron?
Yes. So he said that. I don't think that's going to happen.
That's not a bad trade for the Lakers. You get everything.
I would take it too.
You get
Say it again. What is it?
Wiggins, Kuminga, and
Poole.
You get everything you don't have.
I would take it.
Imagine Poole and D Russell on the same team.
But you get everything you don't have.
They'd punch each other every other practice.
See, but those are the pieces that the Lakers need.
Yeah.
Those type of players. I'm not saying exactly those.
Yeah.
Wiggins, a wing scorer.
Yes.
Poole can shoot the 3. Kuminga can play as
We don't
well.
have a wing scorer.
They don't have a wing scorer.
You don't have a wing scorer.
You can consider Reeves one, but he's not.
Every NBA team, you need a wing scorer, and we don't have one.
Well, the Celtics have 2.
Yeah.
And one of them's playing really bad right now, which is Brown, and Tatum wasn't playing too good.
So let's move on. We should have ended with Lakers, but let's go on to the Celtics and Miami. Miami could have closed it out in Miami, but listen, I honestly thought it was going to be tough because we knew Tatum had to show up. He had to do whatever he could.
Well, and he showed up in the third quarter. I mean, when they went on that run, he wasn't great in the first half.
So what do you see happening? It's 3-1. Can they be the first team in NBA history to come back from 3-0?
They have, according to a lot of people, the best roster in the NBA.
I've said it.
They're super deep.
I've said it forever.
They're super deep, and Malcolm Brogdon is a super undervalued player. Grant Williams wasn't playing as much this series as he has in previous series, going back to last season. And he played a great game the last game. I think they stick with that. And they're going home.
So you think there's a shot? So you're saying there's a chance?
I think there's a shot. There's
a meme right there for you.
Right there, yeah.
Celtics. So you're saying there's a chance?
There's a chance.
There is a chance.
I think there is too.
If Williams didn't piss off Jimmy Buckets, Eddie's shaking his head. No.
I think Jimmy
By the way, you want to know
what?
what the line is for them to win the series right now? It was yesterday. Before the game was plus 1,075.
Wow.
Before that game, for them to come back and win the series. Today, it is plus 240.
Wow.
It is plus
Holy
240 for them to win the series right now. So if they win the next game, because don't forget, they won game 6 and 7 against the Sixers.
Yep.
If they win next game,
that's right.
I'm sure they're going to be.
Sixers should have won that game 6.
Yes.
Sixers should be in the Eastern Conference
Yes.
Finals.
Yes. Yes. So if Miami doesn't win one of these next 2, it's over.
I think it can happen.
Oh, I think it can happen as well.
I think Jimmy
I
closes it out
actually
tomorrow.
bet on it.
You think so?
So
Hell to the
8.5
end. Ring that
favorites
bell.
tomorrow.
Go ahead.
7.5 point, right?
I think they moved up to 8.5.
8.5 point favorites, and they'll be
8.5 favorites?
last night.
Too much value.
Last night was the only game the Heat were favored, and they lost.
Dude.
So now Miami's or Boston's 8.5 now. You said so it's 8.5. If they win that game, they will be favored in Game 6 by at least 3, and if they win that game, they'll be favored by 9 or 10 Game 7. And I hope it doesn't happen.
When people enter through the Boston Garden or whatever that fucking
tomorrow night,
TD,
it's going to be insane.
in order to get in, they're going to light your hair on fire. Go ahead. Light your hair on fire. Go ahead.
Oh, man.
Those fans, it's going to be pandemonium. It's going to be crazy.
It's going to be crazy.
It's going to be an electric game tomorrow night. And now, Miami is an amazing coach. Jimmy Butler's amazing. Now, they have to play defense, and they didn't defend. And I love Spoelstra, and I thought he let that run yesterday get out of hand. He couldn't find a bucket. And you got to find a bucket when you're trying to stop a run, right?
Yeah.
They started that third quarter. Dude, they came out and they stretched that lead to like 13 or 11.
Can I say this for all the NFL or NBA analysts, especially Colin Cowherd? So a couple of
Let's address it real quick. We don't like him.
Well, I hate Colin Cowherd, but now all of a sudden, because a couple players on the Heat are like, Coach Sproul, he's doing this, Coach Sproul, and now these NBA guys are like, listen, Coach Sproul should be like no one called him this before.
Yeah.
Colin, stop calling him Coach Sproul. Dude, you were not on his fucking team. It's really fucking annoying when you say Coach Sproul. But speaking of Coach Sproul, where does he, I mean, dude, the dude is, for some reason, all of a sudden, he is climbing the charts.
He's always been up there with me because of what he did with LeBron.
But
for me.
But because he had LeBron, people didn't give him credit.
Yeah.
Now,
because what has he done without LeBron?
yes. And
That's what the thing was.
Well, he still made the finals in the bubble.
Yeah.
With a rookie. Okay, with a really young team and Jimmy Butler.
But now we know the narrative is they have the most undrafted free agents.
And he's tired of that.
anybody. Yeah, he's pissed off about that. But it's true. I mean, listen, but I think, dude, Coach Spoelstra is like climbing the ladder of great coaches really fast.
I think
this
he
year.
sits right at the top right now, right in the top 3 for me.
Let's talk about it.
In the NBA right now?
Who
Yes.
are your top 5 NBA coaches all time? And I'm gonna go off the fucking head right now.
Top 5?
Top 5 coaches all time.
Top 5 for me, Red Auerbach.
Red Auerbach 1.
No, I don't put in order.
Okay.
Red Auerbach, Pat Riley, Phil Jackson, probably Lenny Wilkins.
Really?
He won a shitload of games and he won a title.
You're not gonna
Just
put,
one?
Okay. Go
And
on.
Greg Popovich.
Okay.
Popovich.
So that's why. So I'm gonna go same thing. Red Auerbach. Jesus.
Pat Riley?
Pat Riley. Popovich. Phil. I put Phil at number 1, by the way.
I don't.
And then
Ever.
I'm gonna put Spoelstra in at 5.
Wow.
I'm gonna
hot
put him
take.
in. I'm gonna put him in at
Not a
5.
hot take. He has 2 titles. He's been
I'm
in
gonna
3
put
finals.
him in at 5. So I'm gonna go number 1. I'm gonna go Phil. Number 2, Red. I'm gonna 3. Pat Riley. 4, Popovich, and 5, Coach Sproul. That's my top 5.
The problem I have with Phil Jackson is that Phil Jackson never won a title without Tex Winters, who created the triangle offense.
I just saw
by
the
way.
whole thing today on.
You know, Tex was on that roster, right?
Yes.
He was an assistant coach.
Yeah.
He never won a title without him as an
By
assistant.
the way, that was.
But hey, that's his guy.
He created the triangle.
Exactly. That's his guy, though.
So if you watch,
I think Phil's amazing at managing players.
if
Yeah.
you watch The Last Dance, this was my argument. If you watch The Last Dance, which I watched many times, but I watched 3 episodes. Jerry Krause, by the way, a very large man,
Rotund.
a heavy, big bone,
Heavy set.
fat as fuck. How about we say that? Okay, for all you
Clip
people,
this, Eddie Money.
for all you people that talk shit about our weight, okay, that you obviously you've never balled and obviously you've never done this. Watch The Last Dance. Jerry Krause was incredible. He brought in freaking the European movement. He brought in Tex Winters before anybody. And he told Phil Jackson, he put them together. And he said, learn from him from 2 years, and I'm going to make you the head coach. Jerry Krause, the fat fuck who can't fucking shoot.
Who never balled.
Never
Never
balled.
No ball.
So when you want to talk about fat guys don't knowing basketball, 2 words for you. Jerry Krause.
Boom. There you go.
Tired of the bullshit, Rafa.
Hey, man.
Tired. I
What a
told you.
clip right there.
Eddie,
I told
Eddie
you,
hated
Rafa.
it.
I told you. I had venom.
Can we
was
do,
good.
before we get out of here, I wanted to do a top 10 all-time
Oh, yeah.
NBA list.
A draft. If you were
Like
gonna,
a draft.
If you were gonna,
Of now, what we know now, right?
What you know now,
Yeah.
right? And what they've meant to the team and the organization they've played for or whatever. But what they've done more for the team, how they've made the team.
so top 10 all draft all time.
Okay.
If you're drafting a team, no matter how old,
Yeah.
and you knew which everyone knows now, who's your top 10 draft? So let bang 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 bang.
You
Go
know,
ahead.
okay, I'll go number 1. My number 1 would be LeBron James. That's my number 1 pick. My number 2 pick would be Shaq. Actually, Kareem. I'd take Kareem at number 2, Shaq at number 3.
Drug test over here.
I take Kareem at number 2. Kareem had an unstoppable shot.
No arguing that.
Unstoppable shot. He was a big man. You can feed him, and he played the game.
Yes.
Amazing.
Could pass.
You never saw he wasn't selfish. And when you're starting a team with somebody, if you cannot have a selfish player, you can have a selfish player at that position, at center. Shaq, Kareem, where they demand the ball, and then they find the guys outside.
So you have LeBron, Kareem, then Shaq,
Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan.
Okay,
that's my 6 guys.
I always want to say this to Rafa. That makes no fucking sense. You just drafted Kareem and Shaq 1 and 2.
No. I'm just giving you my
power forward. No.
I'm just giving you my all-time.
You're drafting a team.
Am I just drafting one team?
You're drafting a team.
Oh, no, I would just give you the top 10 number 1 picks of all time.
Oh, then that's not. We're drafting a team.
Okay. Well, if you want me to draft a team, then I have LeBron.
That's what I thought.
That's why
if we're drafting a team, then I go LeBron. If I have to pick the 5 best players, well, then I'd go
at position.
With what we know now, then I go Curry at the point guard.
Yep.
I'd go Michael Jordan at the 2, LeBron at the 3. Tim Duncan at the 4.
Bang.
And Shaq at the 5.
It's hard to argue that shit. I would, if my first pick all time, if everyone was available, I would draft Shaq number 1 overall. Because who's gonna deal with that vato? And then number 2, I would draft Michael Jordan. Number 3, I would draft LeBron James. 4, Tim Duncan. And then I would draft Curry at number 5.
So same team.
We have the same fucking team?
Yeah, we have the same team.
See, that's why I was thinking
how anticlimactic is that shit?
I have the same team. Because what we know now, right, if that's your team, well, Curry's a hell of a shooter. At 4, I could have gone Durant as well.
A little bit more than a hell of a shooter.
Well, obviously, he's the best shooter ever. But if you can, even at the 4, go Durant. But Durant's not going to play defense. Yeah. Duncan is probably one of the 5 best, smartest players ever.
Yeah.
It's a big fundamental, baby.
I put Shaq, Magic, Steph, Duncan, Kobe.
Okay,
it's hard to argue with that.
Our team demolishes yours. There's no doubt about it. You have Magic, who couldn't shoot, and Curry on the same team.
Magic, Dean, and LeBron.
Yeah, right.
Clamps.
Magic, by the way, Magic didn't play any defense.
None.
For all the people that are like, why would you pick?
None.
I got shit for picking Steph over Magic. But Magic, because, listen, I agree. Steph is not a defender. But Magic was not a defensive player.
This is what our problem we had with that, and I was one of those people who said it, and I think Eddie Money, I think, said the same thing. We don't think Curry is a pure point guard.
Yeah, I say he's a point shooter.
Right.
I think it's bullshit.
Well, I'm going to give you a stat.
When I think point guard, I think Magic Johnson and John Stockton.
I'm going to give you a stat.
There's no more.
Who do you think averaged
Pretty
19
good,
and
two
11?
guys.
Who do you think averaged 11 assists in their career?
Magic and
Magic
Stockton.
Johnson.
Okay.
I took a list of guys.
Okay.
Guess how many? Curry, 6 assists a game. LeBron averaged 7. And Curry, this is career. So Curry averages 6. So if Curry averages 6 and Magic averaged 11, who's the real point guard?
There isn't any more pure point guards in the NBA.
Jason Kidd.
No. That are playing now?
Yeah, in the last 5 years, who? Pure point guard.
Don't say Kyrie Irving. I'm going to throw this
No,
bottle
pure
of wine at your head.
Because obviously you think of a point guard as not a shoot first, assist.
Yeah, Steve Nash type player. Chris Paul's still playing.
Go ahead, Papa. Go ahead. Grab the mic.
Could Russell Westbrook be an option? You know,
At point guard?
At pure point guard?
Yeah.
I love Russell Westbrook. And Russell Westbrook, I think, is one of the few players that can play in any era because Russell Westbrook hustles. He plays hustle and plays hard is the same thing. He's aggressive on the glass. He passes the ball. He's just, and he couldn't shoot, so he can't shoot. He can play in any era.
I'm waiting.
I think if he takes 5 less shots, he could be considered.
I'm waiting for Russell Westbrook to run as hard as he can into the side of the backboard and knock himself out. I think it's going to happen any fucking year now.
Shit.
I would say pure point guard. Closest, maybe Halliburton.
Oh, he scores a lot, but he's very good. Like LaMelo shoots a lot as well.
It's a great construction company as well.
De'Aaron Fox shoots a lot as well. Now the point guard needs to shoot the ball.
Yeah,
But Harden averaged fucking 11 assists this year.
By the way, I heard today that Philly's not going to offer Harden the max.
Well, he's 30-something. He's like 34 years old, right?
I mean,
yeah, but
How old is he?
I thought he figured it out this year. I really did.
he'll be salty
And
about
then
it.
he freaking totally.
The thing
shit
is,
the
you
bed.
have to. The teams have to look at the Chris Paul deal.
He's 33.
Oh, maybe. Maybe.
But he's been,
you have to look at
he's been out of shape for the last 15 years.
Yes,
No,
yes.
you have to look at the Chris Paul
Like
deal
what-
that they gave him a max deal, and he's been fucking. He's old and old.
I
Yeah.
don't get
I
the
feel
Chris
like-
Paul thing. I've never been a fan of
Me
Chris
either.
Paul.
He's a
Since
he's-
Wake Forest.
He just looks
He's
like
a very smart player, and he's a pure. He's the closest thing we have to a
Yeah.
pure point guard.
all his no bullshit.
He is. He
He's a
is
pure asshole.
Oh, he's so they asked Patrick Beverly, who's he's the dirtiest player in the NBA.
Yes.
And he said Chris Paul.
Yeah.
And he goes, you guys might not agree with it, but when you talk to basketball people
It's-
and guys and referees, they're like, oh, yeah, I can see it.
Guys who played with him know this.
Yeah.
He's dirty.
I think he's the dirtiest.
He's salty. He might be saltiest player of all time.
maybe.
LeBron's pretty salty.
Yeah.
Oh no, LeBron is fucking hugs and kisses and fucking butterflies.
Well, I'm talking about on the court. On the court.
yeah,
on the
yeah,
court.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
that's whining.
I agree.
Whining. You're
I
right.
agree.
You're right.
Salty
I
and
agree.
whining is different.
You're right. You're right.
So,
I wanted to cover this last thing. So Carmelo retired, right?
oh yeah, let me
Him-
see the letter, Papa.
Him and Joker both wear 15. Whose number goes in the Rafters for the
Easy
Nuggets?
money. Joker. He's listen.
It's not even close.
I as a kid,
Not even.
I wanted to go. I live in Southern California, and I wanted to go to Syracuse University, and I had not the grades for it. And I also,
Or the height.
I also had a kid junior year, so it probably wasn't in the books. But anyways, I'm huge Big East Syracuse guy. Earl the Pearl, Ronnie Cycli, Coleman.
Derek Coleman.
Derek,
DC.
yeah, I mean, my God, they had so many. But Carmelo, and he gave his retirement thing. One of our watchers, a loyal fan, Antonio Morales, he sent me the did you see it?
No.
It's a video, like all the high school players when they choose their college.
Right.
It's a production, and he sent me Carmelo's retirement. By the way, you haven't fucking played in a year, Carmelo.
Yeah,
like
kinda.
it wasn't shocking, but thanks for the video. So he sent a video, and he talks about, listen, I'm done. The NBA's done this. It's a great clip. Well, you should watch it. But then he talks about everything now is for my son, and he makes it about his son. It sort of makes it emotional, but I'm thinking, Carmelo.
Did he mention Syracuse?
He didn't mention the college, but there's a bunch of
Highlights from it?
I mean, he won a championship in college as a freshman at Syracuse.
Jerry
won,
Mack.
He won that shit.
Oh, 100%.
He won that shit. And shout out to Boheim, who they forced out of Syracuse. He's fucking 98 years old. You got to start coaching at some time. But the thing was, to me, people aren't appreciating Joker's brilliance.
Oh,
He's
no.
fucking brilliant at the game of basketball. He's fucking brilliant. And how long can he do this? Because he's not athletic.
No.
Which
He's-
is what I feel like he can do it for a long
Yes.
time.
Yes, because
Exactly.
of that. Because of that.
Yeah. Surround him with players, and he's going to keep fucking winning.
It's weird.
He's so smart. And the thing is he's so smart. And the touch he has around his shot is
Ralph
he's got a
Altaveros
touch.
texts me. He's like, Joker has the worst form shot in the NBA. I'm like, dude,
Yeah, but
that's
net.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I
typical
hate-
touch.
Typical
I
Laker
hate-
fan.
I hate when it goes in every time.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Bro, he's exceptional, and I think if Joker, I hope he wins his title.
Yeah.
To be honest with you,
me too.
if he wins his title and he can compete and keep competing here on out, he's gonna make that list of 15 or 20.
So I don't think it's close. To answer your question, I like to think Carmelo. I don't even know what team.
the Knicks, you can
The
the
Knicks.
Knicks.
Really?
Yeah, he's
I mean,
a
he was
Knick.
the best probably in Denver. He
Yes,
was,
he was
the
awesome
best
in
in
Denver.
Denver.
He wasn't best in Denver, but what they do? They didn't do a fucking
Yeah.
thing in
Well,
Denver.
Kobe destroyed him every playoff series.
I got a
here we
theory on
go.
that, but I can't say it on the
Oh
air.
my god.
No,
I wanna
not
hear
on,
it.
not on. You can't hear it on the air.
No, I want to hear after.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you. It has nothing to do with Kobe.
Yeah.
It's not about Kobe. It's about the team they had.
Okay.
The team they had was full of guys. Wrong guys.
J.R. Smith.
Birdman. J.R. Smith.
him, yeah.
Allen Iverson.
Yeah.
Listen, people.
Too bad.
Episode 32. Thank you guys so much for the people that hit the like button, that subscribe, that even to the people that love calling me fat and that I don't know shit. Thank you for even responding, thinking of me. So I want to say a thank
Spending
you.
time on us.
I want to say thank you to my man Rafa over here. I want to say thank you to Big John and BTA Sports. About that action, go support that website, Eddie Money. You got to put that website out, and I'm sure you're gonna put that out. Jaybird works his ass off. He barely gets here. Eddie Money is gonna go on vacation. He also has follow Eddie Money, by the way. He just deadlifted like 585 pounds
With no ACL either.
Yeah, he has his knees. Yeah, he's doing.
Yeah, he's got like a quarter of a knee.
Yeah, yes.
He's got no kneecaps. He's bow-legged
We
as
need to
well.
test him for PEDs.
Yeah, 100%. Are you kidding?
For sure.
He's
Thank
on
you.
tight nutrition.
Thank you to our support system, Jay's wife, my wife, your wife, you guys. I'm pretty
We
sure
don't have wives.
We don't have wives, but thank you to everybody. We are going to keep going. Episode 32.
You guys want to order one?
Thank you to our sponsors.
No, you don't.
Okay.
Julio's Pizza, TitanNutrition.net, CustomCars.com, official BTA, About That Action, Papa.
Get some gear.
Thank you to CustomCars.com. Thank you to all our sponsors. Listen, I don't know if you guys know this, but we are getting 300 to 400 followers a day. So whether it's the hate, whatever, I guess I'll take the hate. Papa. My wife hates me all the time, and I love her more every day.
On Instagram, we just crossed the 35,000
Wow,
Yes.
congratulations,
follower mark.
guys.
So thank you to all those people.
Yes, thank
Since
you.
day one.
Yes.
Keep liking and sharing and
Sharing, and then
everything else.
Also, our lists keep telling me I don't know anything about basketball. I love it, but I just want to say thank you to all you guys for making the commitment. We're gonna keep going, Papa. Bump that J fucking
There you
produced
go.
beat. Bang.